drunk.
Cry on each other's shoulders. Greg from Vino Wine Warehouse on Midland Street in Bay City has consented to give us his venue for that. Tomorrow night, after work, 5 until 7, a nice acoustic performance by...
Yeah, Joe Gibson will be joining us.
Joe Gibson.
Wonderful.
We'll have dollar tapas. Those are the small plates appetizer and wine samples, and just a ton of fun planned for you. 5 to 7, right after work. Don't even go home and come on out and join us at Vino Wine Warehouse on Midland Street in Bay City.
You figure if you eat the average meal now is $15, right? You could try every tapas item on the menu for that $15.
There you go.
I'm so going to do that.
I would eat like $1.50 of that.
I know.
food.
I'll buy your dinner that night.
You and I will go around to 15, though.
I'm going for the
I
15
can't
and order
eat
everything.
anything.
That should be a food challenge. On Friday, we're going to have Gonzo from the M Live on. He specializes in entering these food challenges around the state.
I'm so jealous.
That should be a food challenge. Eat
The
all
tapas,
15 tapas.
I've never tried. They have caviar there. I've seen it come out before.
I don't like
I've never
caviar.
tried it.
It's not bad.
I don't like it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's pretentious.
Yeah, there you go.
It looks like it would be fancy to order, but like I drink at the bars, I just drink like Arnold Palmer's because I really don't drink much.
Yeah.
Right.
So you either order a Busch Light, an Arnold Palmer, and caviar. So
I'm going to have eggs, fry them up, put them on some toast. I'll eat it like that.
So
No,
tomorrow
not
night,
doing it.
That's tomorrow night, 5 till 7, right? You're going to all come out there. We're all going to have a good time.
Absolutely.
All right.
naked.
I need you again on Friday morning. Friday morning is
I think I'm going to sleep in that.
No, you're going to be on the air with us, and then
Oh.
after the show Friday morning,
What are we doing?
we are heading over to Bronner's for our annual get-together there. They do this around Valentine's Day every year.
I think I got to go to court.
It's called the
I'll try.
Hot Shot Local Media Celebrity Archery
Are you doing
Contest.
this again this year?
I'm going to do it for the Johnny Burke
Okay.
Children's Foundation.
Beautiful.
In order to win, though, you not only have to be fair at archery, and everybody's gotten to the point where we're all fair enough, except for Tom Lounsbury, who's like his master archer who goes out there and wins whenever he
not fair.
enters.
Damn it, Tom.
He's a cheater.
But the rest of us celebrities, we can hold our own now a little bit. We get a few points. But the big points come from how many supporters show up and sign in under our name.
That's true.
So the actual contest takes place at 10:30 right there. I forget which entrance at Bronner's. It's the main one
the
out
south.
front. The south entrance.
Yep.
And at 10 o'clock, if you can get there between 10 and 10:30, sign in for Johnny Burke and the Johnny Burke Children's Foundation. That gets us points towards the eventual win and the money, the $1,000 that goes to the kids here in mid-Michigan for your support. So come on out, 10 o'clock, Bronner's. By the way, they have cookies and
you had me at cookies.
coffee and hot chocolate and cider and stuff all served complimentary to you, too. And it's a fun little event with a whole bunch of local celebrities. Larry Elliott's going to be there. I don't have the list
He's
of everybody.
not that good.
Oh,
so
Larry's okay.
I wouldn't worry about
Is
it.
Daphne going to be there?
He wishes.
You know what? We should work on that. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to see what I can do. Maybe we can get her involved in this thing, too.
He's going to lose.
But there's a lot of local celebrities. You got I forgot the other guys from the other stations, but there are several TV and radio station people that are involved in this. It's this Friday morning, Bronner's. Get there between 10 and 10:30 to sign in before the contest starts at 10:30 in order for those points to come to me so that the kids can get the money, all right? A couple of places you can support us here coming up. It's 6:47 almost. Let's get to that weather forecast. Who's doing it today?
got it.
Josh with the weather here.
Morning fog today, cloudy, windy this afternoon, high in the mid-40s. Mid-40s. It's February, mid-40s. Cloudy with a few flurries or snow showers possible tomorrow, lower upper 20s. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy, high in the low 30s. And looking forward to your weekend. Cloudy skies on Friday, becoming partly cloudy skies later in the day, high around 35. Listen to this. It's 35 in Saginaw, and it's 54 in Flint already. It's 54 in Flint.
All righty, we'll get to that traffic note that Blondie was just trying to tell me about here in a minute.
Did you hear my numbers? That's incredible.
I missed what you said.
It's weird for February, isn't it?
35 right now in the Great Lakes Bay region.
Right.
54 in Flint.
54 in Flint. It's going to be today in Flint. That temperature's probably gonna drop a few degrees, but it'll be right around 50 all day. Down in
weird.
Detroit, they're expecting a high today of 55. On the left side of the state, on the west side of the state, along the lake there is a mixture expected today, especially up in the Traverse City area, of both rain and snow. And as you go north, the temperatures start to go down to an even freezing up in the UP. Today, temperatures there will be around 30 to 32 degrees up in the UP, and they are expecting snow in the UP. But like I said, even freezing in the UP at this time of the year, that's still pretty doggone warm.
Weird for February. Like I said last night, Johnny and I were supposed to come in the studio here for WD Divas last night, and I called him. I'm like, I'm not going out. It's freezing rain. We're slipping in our driveway.
Yep.
And about 20 minutes later, we thought, well, we'll give it a whirl because we don't want to let her down. The temperature had warmed up. It was just rain. So what is going on?
When you said that you weren't going to come,
yeah,
I was standing out in my garage and I walked outside. I'm like, what is she talking about? It's beautiful
well,
out
that's
here.
what I said to him. I didn't know if we were on like a line.
You must have been, yeah.
Oh, it was weird. I slipped out from my house to the garage. I'm like, oh, what the hell, man?
It's 6:49, just ahead of Vinny Cappuccino in the sports headlines. What is that traffic note, Blondie?
I-75, we're getting a lot of reports that I-75 at the Davison exit, and I don't know if it's southbound or northbound. They haven't said. The traffic is really bad that way. There's a bad accident, so be very careful when you become close to that area.
Good morning, Bay City. Vinny Boom Boom Cappuccino. Let's talk sports. In the NBA, Boston beat New York 97-89. Houston blew Miami away like Donald Trump's comb over in a wind tunnel, 115-102. It was Toronto 104, Phoenix 97. Portland stopped Milwaukee 107-95. The Lakers beat Minnesota 119-115. In college hoops, Indiana stuffed Michigan 80-64. Last night's NHL action saw Toronto skating past Boston 4-3. The Nets slipped past the Rangers in a game tighter than Oprah's bread-eating workout shorts, 3-2. The Islanders whipped Minnesota 5-3. Philly 4-2 winners over Montreal. Other winners were Pittsburgh, Florida, St. Louis, Dallas, Chicago, Edmonton, LA, and Anaheim. There's your sports. I'm Vinny Boom Boom Cappuccino, and that's all I know for now. Oh!
As your friends frantically bash in their FM radios, tell them to listen to Johnny and Blondie on JohnnyAndBlondie.com with video streams on Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yeah.
I could use a cappuccino right about now.
Yeah. A little bit. That wouldn't hurt.
I'm tired this morning.
When Blondie needs an injection of caffeine this morning.
I need an injection, all right.
Yeah, not an injection that she's been getting on her.
What the H is going on?
Blondie has been getting pictures guys have been sending her lately, and I don't
want to see your wieners. Please stop doing that.
This is a new phenomenon because when we were on the radio, you didn't get those pictures. What's going on here?
I don't know. I think ever since the day we got fired, my real name came out, so a lot of people were adding me to Facebook, and I don't want to be rude. I mean, you're more than welcome to join my page, but I've got probably 10 or 15 guys who are just really gross, and last night I opened up my messages. I had 2 peener pics. I'm like, ew! What are you doing?
Now they.
Oh my God, no!
I don't understand why women are so turned off by getting a wiener picture. Right?
Oh,
I don't know.
so you've obviously sent one.
I've never sent one to somebody that didn't ask for it.
That was not yours?
No, I wish that was mine. I seen the picture. That guy makes me feel a little.
I don't think it was real, by the way, but
you could end it little.
But secondly, women truly want it left up to our imagination.
See, men don't.
Yeah, how come
we do.
How come women never send us their private parts?
First of all, if you know anything about me at all, you know that I am madly in love with my husband. I don't want to see your peener. I'm not interested.
Peener.
Your peener.
She's called it 5 different things this morning already.
Oh, I've got a lot of different terms.
The Schwanstucker. The
no peener pics. Ew, no.
Depth charge release chute.
I've never. Have you ever had we talked about it off the air. Some woman just send you a random picture of.
Women don't
something.
do that.
They don't do it very often. I've never had it happen to me at all. I suppose there are some guys that probably have had that happen. I'm pretty sure George Clooney gets them.
Yeah.
But
I accidentally once, my hubby was working a lot of days in a row and I didn't see him. So one night I took a picture on my cell phone of myself and sent it to him, but didn't realize that I accidentally uploaded it to Facebook.
Oh, my
And all of a sudden I looked and I'm like, what the what? What's my password? I had to hurry up and get on there and
Do you
delete
think anybody's seen it?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
It was within minutes, but I'm sure somebody saw it, but I'm like mortified to this day. It was from my husband. Oh my God.
somebody said that they get women's pictures. Somebody
Really?
on Periscope. I'm not buying that.
Nope.
Did you see the one guy he asked if it was an Anthony Weiner picture?
Yeah, it was an Anthony.
It was impressive, but I don't think it was real.
You didn't look at it long enough to find out if it was impressive or not. She just kept scrolling past it real fast and blocking it with
I
papers.
got 2 of them yesterday. It's not whether it's small or large is what you can do with it. And the only person I'm interested in is what my Charlie can do with his.
And made it sound like Charlie is a little one, didn't it?
No, Charlie's fine.
This is a family show. Let's stop right there. Holy crap.
That's so much fun.
I'm getting embarrassed
I
here.
just don't understand why guys think that's a turn on.
I
Or you
don't-
think I'm going to go, oh, hey, baby, how's it going?
Let's amend that sentence. Why some guys think that's a turn on? Because I frankly don't think that most guys believe that
That's
that
disgusting.
you want to see their
Stop
peener.
it.
Did we get the Facebook question up yet?
What was it?
We're looking
do it right
for the strangest thing about where you grew up is our Facebook question.
Oh, I grew up in the Thumb. Nothing strange happened up there.
If you answer the question on Facebook today, that'll put you in a drawing at the end of the show. We'll get to the prizes and what they are here in a couple of minutes.
Prizes.
6:54 right now. It is a Butthead Bullet Wednesday, and that's where we feature a lot of stupid stories from stupid people. And in this case, it's another governmental unit. We've talked about the stupidity of Flint a lot lately, and the stupidity of Detroit over
They're
a
really
long period.
going downhill, aren't they?
But now L.A. County joins the stupidity. They accidentally released a dangerous felon yesterday. This happens every once in a while. Where
I missed this story.
this guy couldn't cash a check at a bank he has an account with, yet he's close enough to the photo in the prison records for a trained law enforcement official to tell him, here's your stuff, have a nice day, don't come back. He got out. The dude at the liquor store had a more rigorous identification procedure than the L.A. County prison. They let this guy go. I don't know if they've found him yet. I think they accidentally let him go. And he is still out and about. They have not yet come up with the guy.
No.
Yeah,
How
so
do you
what?
accidentally let them go?
This has happened
I don't
every once in a while.
get that either.
No,
Just like, come on, Bill, and it's actually John. You know, John starts walking out.
Okay, I'll be Bill.
Oh, darn it, we did it again.
I remember there have been several, not a lot, but I mean probably a handful of these stories over the past decade where they've accidentally let the wrong guy out. And can you just imagine being that guy? He's in there for life for murder or something, and they come up to you and go, well, today's your last day. Oh, really? Okay. And you got to try and act cool, by the way. You can't go, wah-ha!
Right.
You got to go, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew it was my last day.
I
Yeah.
started packing up
Yeah,
already.
okay. Yeah,
See,
I'm
I
all
have a
packed.
big
I'm ready
issue
to
with
go.
a lot of that stuff because there are men who are in death row who really did not serve that crime. I mean, they're serving the crime that they didn't do.
Yeah.
It's just mortifying to me.
You think there's a lot? I don't think
Not
there's
a
a lot.
lot.
I don't think
I'm
there's
going to
a lot.
say 1%, but even 1%,
Yeah.
that is really disturbing that some man is going to serve and give up his life for something he did not do.
Right. Every once in a while you hear the story about the guy that's been in there 35 years and he's been exonerated by
Yep.
DNA evidence.
Yep.
I met a guy just recently that still claims to this day that he served 20 years for something he didn't do.
Okay.
Right, and I don't know if that's true or not because I believe he did it. I don't know. But
Is it OJ?
No,
Oh.
no. He told me though when he got out that things were just like mind blowing. Like when he went into jail 20 years ago,
Right.
they had a house phone. When he came out today,
Oh,
he
yeah.
said we didn't have a house phone anymore, and I had to get a cell phone. And then they hand me this cell phone that's like the internet is on it, you
Right.
know. And he said
Life
everything
would be
is different.
completely different,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
He said they were exposed to some of that stuff in jail, you know, with TVs and
Well,
that
I was
kind
going
of
to say
thing.
they watch television, don't they? So,
But when you come out and you
In
have
jail,
it in
they
your
do.
hand and you go to pick up your phone and listen for the ringtone or the dial tone,
Instead of,
you know, it's totally different.
right.
yeah, that's weird.
You go to a Super Bowl party, generally speaking, whether you like Super Bowl or not, you end up at a party somewhere. Are you going to a Super Bowl party?
I don't think we are.
No, you're not.
Birthday party for me.
After I joined this show, I seem to have lost all my friends. I don't really know.
Well,
Come on, it'll be all right.
oh my good.
Got a hug today.
Hey,
Come to my house. I'll be home after the birthday party.
you people
We'll
are
make
so
nacho dip or something.
boring. Well, this is good.
What are you doing?
I'm going to probably go to a Super Bowl party.
Where?
I'm not going to the regular one. They're not. My
Not
friends.
going down to Flint?
They're not having that one this year.
Oh, really?
First year, they're not going to have their big Super Bowl party, so I got to find a new Super Bowl party to attend. But probably at the
Come
bar.
with Josh and I at my house. We're having nacho dip.
Yeah, but you don't watch the Super Bowl, so I'm going somewhere where they
Yes,
watch
I
the
do.
Super Bowl.
We'll
Yes,
watch
I
it.
do.
Double dipping.
No,
Right.
no.
You might be thinking double dipping at a chip at a Super Bowl party this weekend would be a victimless crime, but what's the worst thing that can happen? Death.
Death.
The death.
Yeah,
death.
germs.
Lots and lots of death. A study at Tulane University in New Orleans analyzed flu data from the past 35
this time
years.
of year, yeah.
Skippy.
They found a connection to the Super Bowl. If a city's team is in the Super Bowl, their death rate from the flu jumps. People over 65 in that city are 18% more likely to die, and that's not a coincidence. The researchers say it's because people are more likely to attend big Super Bowl parties with people they don't know and whose germs they aren't used to.
Sure.
And as they all get really into the game, they start double-dipping chips, shouting, coughing, and that spreads germs. And since older people are the most susceptible to dying from the flu, it's bad news.
Oh, my God. You and I are screwed because we're old.
According to the people that let us go, we're old.
Wow.
We're no longer there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it that way, Detroit, people are never going to die there. Lions will never make it.
You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about dying from the flu in Michigan here, says Skippy, our intern today.
You're right. This
in
is
the house.
the main flu time of year. So,
Yeah.
oh, boy.
Yeah. So
Josh, don't come over, okay?
Okay, we won't.
what are you smiling about over
It's
there?
a really inappropriate joke. Just go
All
ahead.
right, 6:59, a minute in front of the top of the hour here. We get to the weather in just a second.
Read that real quick.
Can I read it on the air?
No.
Well, then why are you giving it to me?
Look
I'm
at it real
talking
quick.
on the air, for God's
Read
sake.
it real quick.
I cannot
Read it real
that.
quick. Josh and I'll talk amongst ourselves.
We live in a world
Oh, no.
where people lick each other's...
A.
No, we don't have to say. We just you know what people lick. And we're worried about double dipping.
Exactly.
I don't lick that.
We're worried about double dipping. I don't do that.
I don't
won't.
double dip.
I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that.
No double dipping.
All right.
That makes me gay.
Speaking of food, Super Bowl food, Taco
What the-
Bell. Well, we were.
Did you see the Taco Bell lasagna yesterday on Facebook?
No.
Is that what's going to be this secret thing they're giving away tomorrow?
I don't think it's that.
Is it tomorrow? No, it's Saturday. This Saturday, they're giving away something, a mystery menu item, but you have to prepay
Isn't
for
that
it.
always at Taco Bell?
Yeah, that's what I thought. The meat's a mystery anyway. This is a mystery menu item that they're going to offer between 2 and 4 on Saturday, but you must pre-order it now and pay $2.99 without knowing what it is.
That's fun.
No.
You wouldn't do it?
I would do it.
How much?
$3.
Oh, maybe $3.
Some people are thinking it's.
I'm thinking they're just cleaning out their fridge.
Well, you said lasagna. They're making a lasagna at Taco Bell.
There was a viral post yesterday about a lasagna from Taco Bell, and basically you put like tortillas, and then you open up some tacos and pour the meat down, and then they lay like chalupas on top, and then another layer of like it sounded disgusting watching them make it, but it looked really good after they were done.
I'm in.
Is that what they call one of those secret menu items? You can actually order it that way, or you have to make it
This
yourself?
is something you have to buy.
You have to
and
make yourself. All right. There are secret menu items on every fast food menu that you don't know about.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You can
We
look
did
them up on
this
the
story a long
internet.
time ago. Do you have it?
I don't have that list
let
with
me
me.
look it up.
Some of them they won't do for
But
you.
this
though.
particular mystery menu item is something that they believe Taco Bell is going to be coming out as a regular menu item, and they want to introduce it in this fun way on Saturday between 2 and 4. But you prepay by going to a Taco
scared.
Bell right now, I guess, and you get a receipt for that. You pay $2.99 for it today, and you pick it up Saturday between 2 and 4, 2 days before it officially hits their stores as a menu item. And the item is widely thought to be something called a quesalupa.
Oh, I like chalupas.
They say it tastes like a chalupa, but it's a lot cheesier.
Who doesn't like cheese?
I think it sounds good to me.
You know what the problem with Taco Bell though is if you eat 4 different things, you get a chalupa, a gordita, a quesalupa, and a whatever upa they call it in there, right? And you order
I had
all of them.
chalupa
They
yesterday.
all taste the same.
It
It's
all
the
tastes
same.
the same. It's just prepared
It
differently.
all tastes like chicken.
All right, 6:02 here. That's time to check the weather. Or make that 7:02. It's time to check the weather. Here's Josh.
Morning fog today, cloudy and windy this afternoon, high in the mid-40s. Tonight, cloudy, few flurries or snow showers possible, low around the upper 20s. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy, high in the low 30s. And looking forward to the weekend, Friday, starting it off with cloudy skies, early becoming partly cloudy skies later in the day, high around 35. We're still sitting at mid-50s in Flint, and then we're sitting at 35 in Saginaw.
At 7:02, it's time to check the celebrity cyber sleaze with the blonde
I'm
one.
not ready yet. I just pulled up the secret menus. So while you do that, I'll pull up the.
At
All right.
I know at McDonald's that they said that you could get one of the apple pies in the flurry. Like get a
Ew,
McFlurry with an apple.
gross.
It's wonderful, though.
Yup.
Let us see.
Some of them won't do it for you.
You can get the poor man's Big Mac, which is just
What is that?
It's a McDouble with Big Mac sauce on it.
Here's the McDonald's secret menu items. I got to read down the story. The creators of the McDonald's secret menu are those that dared to dream, those who thought, hey, I could make this better, and that's exactly what they did. Here they are. Cheeseburger meal. Wow, how is that McDonald's secret menu.
Oh, because it's not on the menu.
Apparently it's not.
They used to just have a
Anything that's not on the
cheeseburger,
menu
fries,
is
and a
their
meal.
secret,
The
yeah.
big thing that a lot of people do at McDonald's that you don't know is a real menu item. You can add an egg to your burger. So you can order a burger
Oh, I love an egg on my burger.
with an egg. They also have something called an All-American on the menu. I don't even know what that is. A Big McChicken. A Big McChicken is 3 chicken patties with hamburger and with cheeseburgers, 2 cheeseburgers stuffed in between the 3 the chicken patties, and you eat that all without a bun.
I guarantee you that you can't get that.
It's the Big McChicken, it's called. 3
We should go down through the drive-thru and see if we can get something.
Yep, 3 chicken patties and 2. It's what they do is they're making you a
Big Mac.
a Big Mac, but with chicken patties as the bun.
Let's try it.
So 3 of those chicken patties because you have 3 buns in a Big Mac. Biscuits and gravy is actually on the menu. Chicken
Where
corn.
did they get the gravy from?
It says it's a McDonald's secret menu item.
Really?
They also have chicken cordon bleu McMuffin. That sounds awesome.
Why are these not on the menu?
A chicken McGriddle, a cinnamon melt a la mode. They actually take an ice cream cone and upside down on top of your cinnamon melt.
This is an old story, though, because they got rid of the cinnamon melt.
Did they?
Well, they don't have it
So
anymore.
unless they still got some in the back for the
All right,
secret
how
menu.
old is this story I'm reading here? Hold on, I can't tell you that. I
Oh,
don't
we
know.
have a phone call?
Well, maybe they may have called and hung
Maybe
up.
it's McDonald's calling us to say
Say,
they're
stop telling
coming
us
over.
about the menu.
What's your address?
All right. Anyway, so those are just some of the secret menu items on the McDonald's menu, according to this story. Now, again, some of these may or may not be available. Some of these are reported from other parts of the country, but maybe
But
not
it's
available
worth a
here.
try to go through the drive-thru. Why don't we guys go through the drive-thru one day and just try to order some weird things and see what they give us?
They say you can also get fries with Big Mac sauce and a grilled cheese sandwich there
Ooh,
as well.
yum,
My
yum.
sister will add the bagel sauce to just about everything.
The what?
The bagel sauce, like if you get a bagel at McDonald's, they put like this, I don't know what to call it other than bagel sauce. And then you can get it on anything, like a cheeseburger.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What the hell's the bagel sauce?
All right, 7:05. What's going on in?
In Super Bowl weekend.
We're not doing
coming
the
up.
celebrity thing still. All
Well,
right.
Skippy, I love Skippy to death, but he
Good job.
All right,
Skippy.
we'll
Hey,
skip it.
man.
We'll do the celebrity news when we get it.
got to get it all pulled together.
Oh,
here.
All
is
right.
this part of the celebrity thing, or can I just go with this now?
You can go with it now if you
Yeah,
want to.
the guy, the most
Here we go.
interesting man in the world.
Oh, Johnny loves
The,
dude.
the
I think he's cool.
Yeah, how do you
He's
say his last name?
attractive.
Dasekwas?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Rumor has it that he's retiring as the most interesting man in the world with a campaign during Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, Johnny, the job's
Are
up.
are they looking for a new person to take the job?
Well, it doesn't say
You're
that.
free. Why don't you apply?
It'll
Because
show the
I'm not
most.
the most interesting man in the world.
you might be.
The commercial will show the most interesting man in the world being sent to Mars, where he gets stranded like Damon in The Martian.
What?
What did you say his name was again?
It's like Dasekwas.
Here, give it to me. Let me see if I can.
Dos Equis?
Dos
Is he not-
Equis.
It's a beer.
Oh, yeah. Dos Equis is what he drinks.
That's not his name?
No, that's what he
No.
drinks. Dos Equis beer. That's what the commercials are for.
Josh
knew?
just not more than half an hour ago said he doesn't drink alcohol, so he
Dos
wouldn't know
Equis.
that.
Dos Equis is retiring, though, the most interesting man in the world, according to
Oh. And you made fun of me for the
Really?
Prince story the other day. I screwed that one right up.
Jonathan.
We all screw up, honey. It's
The
okay.
guy's name is Jonathan Goldsmith.
That's so lame.
All right, Jonathan Goldsmith.
He's a good-looking dude.
He's a very good-looking man, and those commercials I think are extremely effective. I love because they're not appealing to women; they're appealing to men, and
They
for
appeal to us, but we don't hear what he says. We're just like, oh, he's cute.
right, and then the guy sitting next to you goes, "Maybe I should drink Dos Equis."
Yes.
you know, so
exactly.
He's been the most interesting man in the world since 2006.
yeah, he's a pretty good-looking guy, and he does a great job. By the way, I've seen him in I have seen him in other videos too. By the way, some music videos
You
from
should
Brazil.
apply for the job, John.
And he's been in every meme that's ever been shared on the
Yeah.
internet,
Yes, he
too, by the way.
has.
Yeah. The very first Super Bowl, I was watching part of this morning. Do you know at the first Super Bowl it was $12 to get in?
Oh, my goodness.
They,
$12?
and they didn't even come close to a sellout. There were tons of empty seats, just tons of
At the
empty
Super
seats.
Bowl?
Yeah, they had 11 cameras. They're going to have 70 some odd cameras at this year's Super Bowl. They had 11 cameras at the original Super Bowl, and
What year did you say that was $12?
50 years ago. So whatever that was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is the 50th this year. So one of the things that they debuted, Super Bowl has been big on innovation, technical innovation. This year, the 77 cameras, or 75 or 77, I can't remember the number, are there for a reason. They want to surround the playing field with cameras. They are all fed digitally into a computer, and then they can recreate scenes by rotating around and getting whatever angle they want. The computer will fill in the missing information, in other words.
I like that.
And you can, if a runner is running and you want to see a different angle over here down lower, they can take this computer, will take it over there and show you the replay from a lower right side angle instead of a higher left side angle. You just move it around. It's a 360-degree instant replay.
Have you seen the 360-degree videos that are coming out on Facebook now?
Yeah.
GMC just put one inside of the Acadia, and you can hold your phone and move it like this and look at different things. It's just a matter of time until you're going to be able to watch the Super Bowl, we can say that word, and then move it down like this and look at a different angle.
Or look at the fans in the stands or something like that.
It's like we're living in Jetsons times.
But at the first Super Bowl, they did have an innovation, in spite of what I just told you of being kind of a low-key affair. And by the way, it was held in L.A. Nobody in L.A. was that into it at all because it wasn't an L.A. team that was in it. It was, I think, Green Bay and Kansas City, if I remember right. So the innovation, though, the technical innovation that they came up with, Super Bowl I, guess what it was?
What? Hello? John?
Where'd you go?
John? Johnny?
You okay?
You all right,
you
buddy?
guys,
peekaboo.
Are you lost without me? I stepped out to pick up a piece of paper on the floor, for gosh sakes.
Well, I didn't know
No,
what
I
happened.
asked you a question. Do you know what it is?
I don't. I'm hoping it's a little line in the camera that follows, like.
No, you're talking about the
first down line.
No, that's like 5 years old. That's brand new. In fact, the guy that does that owns a campground in Standish. He is the guy that does that for the NFL. Those lines.
That's his job. He just makes a little virtual line.
That is his whole job in the winter. Is
Really?
to make the yellow line on the field. He gets to go to all the games. He works for for the network.
Yeah.
But during the summer, he owns a great campground up here in Standish that we go to all the time.
Oh, is that the one you and I
God,
went to?
Yeah.
That
People
was
say
great.
instant
Is that
replays on Periscope.
River something.
Yeah. I'm so sorry because I'm going to screw this up. They've been so nice to us, and I want to get it exactly right.
That was
Look
a
it up
great
for me if you
campground.
don't mind.
I sure will.
There's 2 river campgrounds up
Riverview.
there. Is Riverview the one we went to?
I think so. Let me look it up.
It's either River Bend or River.
That's right. That's why I want to make sure I get it right here because I don't want to.
We had a blast up there. That's where I saved a dog.
Yeah. You
did.
did. She saved the dog from drowning.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the technical innovation that Super Bowl I is responsible for, instant replay.
That's what somebody said on Periscope.
Really?
Instant replay. Yeah, that was the first time it was used. Super Bowl I. And now you know. Okay. 7:10 on the morning show right now. You can call us 989-404-414. I'm sorry, 1208. 989-414-1208 if you want to talk about anything we're talking about. By all means, do that. By the way, the NFL is lowballing the only guy who has a copy of that Super Bowl I. Apparently, it didn't survive. Very first Super Bowl aired on 2 networks back in '67. It was both on CBS and NBC, and miraculously, neither of them saved the recording of the game. Even crazier, the NFL doesn't have it either. There's
Whose
only
job was that?
You wonder.
You had one guy. You have one job is to record the Super Bowl.
That's all you got to do.
Well, they're going, you can just see the guy going, this thing's never going to catch on. Look, there's nobody in the stands. I ain't bothering saving it.
I'm gonna go order some stuff from McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. So he tried. There's only one known copy. It's owned by a guy named Troy Hopt, who's a nurse anesthetist, in North Carolina. The New York Times says his father recorded it, and it's been sitting in an attic all these years.
Okay.
So he tried selling it to the NFL. He was asking for $1 million, which doesn't seem ridiculous since it may very well be the only copy out there. But that was too rich for the league's blood. They countered with $30,000. CBS stepped in and made a sweeter offer, $25,000, an interview for a pregame segment for this year's Super Bowl, and 2 tickets to the actual game. Ooh. And Troy was cool with that, but the NFL threatened to sue him if he sold it to anybody else because it's, quote, copyrighted footage. So for now, he's holding on to it to figure out the legality of it all.
Wow.
Can you explain to non-football fans what the appeal of football is?
Oh, please.
I think that's Dan Martin that said that, by the way.
Oh, well.
Oh, Dan.
All right, no, wait. This is a guy whose Facebook picture is a bunch of Star Wars figures, okay?
Oh, my God.
All right.
What did he post up there the other day? He went to see Star Wars for like the 12th time.
Yeah.
And the 13th time, he finally decided to take his boys to it.
So try explaining that appeal.
You geek, Dan.
Martin.
We love you, but.
Live from Dan Martin's mom's basement.
Exactly. Anyway, hey, Blondie's stepson did a song. It's an instrumental. I thought maybe we could use it as a background.
Yeah, my stepson Hayden Holzeye is moving to Florida.
Yeah.
Actually today. He's phenomenal on the guitar. So he sent me some MP3s yesterday.
So we got some mood music here.
It is
Let's
good
listen
stuff
to
too.
him.
What's that?
He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, very good.
He's going to school for music production.
So we're going to use his. We're going to use this like a little bit of a music bed while we do
All right.
some
Let's
stories
listen to
here.
it.
This is called "Singing Sand" by Hayden Holzai.
Safe travels, Hayden. I love you.
On his way to Florida. Everybody's going to Florida, and we're stuck up here. We don't have a
that's where
job.
school is.
What
yeah?
are we doing here? We should be doing this down in Florida for crying out loud.
Well, let's go live with Hayden.
It would be real cheap to go to Florida. I know people who have houses in Florida. We
Oh,
can
I
just
do,
go there
Yeah.
and just. We have no reason to be in Florida, but
We can just use their house as a studio.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's all. All right, birthdays today with the mood music in the background. Tallulah Bell Willis is 22 years old today.
Tallulah.
Daughter of Bruce
like
and
that
Demi. Yeah.
She's how old?
22.
Oh, wow.
Sean Kingston, the rapper who almost died in a jet skiing accident recently. He's 26 years old today. He was born in Florida but spent his childhood in Jamaica.
Is that the guy that got lost on the jet ski out at the sea?
I think he is the same
And he
one.
was sending
No,
video-
it's not. It's not him.
That's another
Skippy
rapper.
says-
That's DJ Khaled.
Oh, that was a different one. All right.
Same person.
Different one. So these call recorders, am I missing calls that are coming in?
I'm-
Hey, can we listen to Hayden, please?
We're listening to him in the back.
Turn it up. I can't hear
I
it.
said it's mood music.
I didn't get a chance to listen to it yesterday when you sent it in.
Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Julio Jones is 27 years old today.
Julio.
Let's see. Isla Fisher. She's the hot psycho broad Gloria in Wedding Crashers. She's 40 years old today. Daddy Yankee. Who's Daddy Yankee? He's 40. Go ahead.
He's a Hispanic
I
rap
know.
artist.
I know the damn Yankees, but I don't know
He's
that
a what
one.
artist?
Hispanic, like
A rapper?
Yeah.
A Hispanic rapper.
Yes.
Talento de Barrio.
Oh, there we go.
Hispanic
Yeah, there
rapper.
it is.
All right.
It's what they're wrapping the thing in Taco Bell with, actually, the Hispanic rapper. Oh, the $2.99. You can get a Hispanic rapper too.
Oh, my good Lord. All right. The 3'6" superstar Warwick Davis is 46 years old today. He is Willow. Remember Willow?
No.
You don't remember Willow?
No.
Oh, man. In the Harry Potter, he's also Professor Fitwick in the Goblin Griphook in the Harry Potter movies and the evil leprechaun in the first 4 Leprechaun movies. Willow.
No, he's the leprechaun.
Willow was a movie. Am I remembering this right? Wasn't Tom Cruise also in that movie? I'll have to look it up. Maura Tierney is 51 years old today. Nathan Lane is 60 years old today. Morgan Fairchild, still a total MILF, is 66. Dave Davies from the Kinks is 69. I have an interesting story about him in a minute.
Turn up Hayden.
He's music is behind us. You got to be able to.
I can't hear it at all.
You don't have your headphones on.
They can't hear it here.
All right, we can't turn that up too loud or else we get echo in the microphone. So, Blythe Danner is 73 today.
Oh, she died, didn't she?
No,
From the Golden Girls?
No, Blythe Danner. Blythe Danner is 73. She was never in the Golden
Gwyneth
Girls.
Paltrow's mom.
She's Gwyneth
Yeah.
Paltrow's sexy mommy. Yeah. She was Robert De Niro's wife in the Fockers movies, if you remember.
Fockers.
All right. Fran Tarkenton, the Hall of Fame quarterback, is 76. Joey Bishop, no longer with us, died in 2007, member of the Rat Pack. Was born on this date, as was Norman Rockwell. This was his birthday.
Oh, I love his pictures.
Local birthdays today include Tommy Townsend, an old friend of mine, John Kay, and Tracy Weber, all celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday to them. Tell them you heard their birthdays on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. And the interesting story about Dave Davies of the Kinks, who's 69 years old today. We talked about firsts earlier. We talked about instant replay, first showing up in Super Bowl I. The first instance of a fuzz guitar was in the Kinks song. Oh, man. I'm blanking on the name of the daggone song. It was one of their first big hits. It opens with a guitar riff.
Do that again.
Do that again.
Just so we all know. Sounded just like that.
Oh, for crying out loud. I'm
No,
blanking
I don't think
here.
that's it.
Anyway, that was the first instance.
You really got me?
You really got me. The first instance of a fuzz guitar. And you know how he came up with the sound?
No, how?
He broke his speaker on purpose, and they mic'd the broken speaker.
Oh.
He sliced the speaker in a couple of places so that the speaker would vibrate weirdly when he played guitar through it, and they recorded that, and that's the first fuzz guitar.
Wow.
For those of you who are into music, and we know we got a lot of those
Man, I
listening.
haven't heard the Kinks in a really long time.
Yeah, well, they haven't been together in a really long
I
time.
know, but they're not played on Trusted Radio a lot. So.
Yeah. But, well, that's the 60s. Nobody plays the 60s on the air anymore.
Well, they should. Gosh
This
darn
is
it.
off track, Johnny, but you said it was what? Tom Cruise that was in Willow?
I'm not sure. I said, if I'm not mistaken, he was also in Willow. But
I looked it up, and I think it was Val Kilmer.
there you go.
there
Val
you go.
Kilmer was also in Willow. Thank you. But the guy that I was talking about is this little person.
Warwick Davis?
Warwick Davis is his birthday today. He's 3 foot 6 inches tall.
Ooh, that's
Could you
a little
imagine
boy.
being 3 foot 6 inches tall, and then you go to like movie deals where you try to get into the movie, and they're like, "Well, we do have a part for a leprechaun."
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, that's what he played. You remember those stupid Leprechaun movies? There were 4 of them. They
Yeah.
were horror films.
Yeah.
That was him also.
Yeah.
He was in all 4
I
of
got
those.
things bigger than that in my email last night.
Excuse me. There we go again. All right.
Good morning to my grandbabies, Noah and Luke, listening to us this morning. Say hello.
Hello, Noah and
Hi,
Luke.
Noah and Luke.
Yeah.
Also, Facebook question. Is it
Would
up
you
there now?
I'm going to put it up right now. Repeat it for me so I make sure I have it down right.
The strangest thing about where you grew up is our Facebook question today. And if you participate on there, we're going to choose somebody randomly at the end of the show to win some prizes here today. Talk amongst yourself. I'll get the prizes.
The strangest thing about where I grew up.
Where did you grow up? Around here? Bay
I
City area?
I started in Turner, which is like a ghost town. I don't know
Where's
if you know.
Turner?
Turner is if you go 23 up into Omer, just between
Okay.
Omer and Al Gray, then you take 65 over. Before you get to Whittemore Prescott, there's a little town called Turner, and you have to go up Turner Road, and it's actually a ghost town. There's a bunch of buildings there, and they're just closed down and abandoned.
Okay.
And basically, the guy they used to call him Santa Claus was the mayor of the town. He owned most of the town. And then he tried to do something. He tried to put something in, and the city rejected him. So he closed every building in town and went away.
Just like that.
Really?
Just like that. That's what I understand. It may not be completely factual, but yeah, I mean, there was just houses, and when we were kids, we used to go through these old buildings, and it
Right.
looked like basically there was a store there, and they cleaned everything out of the store and left one day.
Really?
Yeah,
Unbelievable. We're going to give away today.
We should do that one day. Just go up there and.
it's a creepy town.
I like creepy.
I think we've driven through Turner, Blondie, in our
I think
Shake
it's
Hands
on the
tour.
way to the Soaring
Yeah.
Eagle, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Average price of the house like $8,000.
Oh,
It's a dump.
we can't even afford that. Sorry.
Do we still have the Old City Hall gift certificates?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll give away an Old City Hall gift certificate good at any of the Old City Hall restaurants, which include American Kitchen, Old City Hall,
And Tavern 101.
and Tavern 101 here in Bay City, Michigan. We also have from Studio 57, which is in Clio, a full-service salon specializes in extensions, Brazilian blowouts. I've always wanted a Brazilian blowout.
Send me a picture of that.
Custom colors,
Oh, boy.
specialized nail services and nail art, and all kinds of stuff. They have, let me see, what else do they have? Their facials, microcurrent treatments, waxing, a variety of massages. We're going to get Josh's whole body waxed one of these days. We're going to do that
The
as
most painful thing
stunt.
I've ever done.
And we're
Can I see
going
that for a
to
second, please?
give you a haircut from Studio 57. And they specialize in hair, nails, spa, and massage. They're on West Vienna Road in Clio. And that is one of our prizes, along with the Old City Hall gift certificate. If you're chosen randomly from all those who participate and answer the question on our Johnny and Blondie Live Facebook
up?
page this morning, and it's simply, what is the strangest thing about where you grew up? That's a good one for me.
I'd have to really think about it. I can't think of anything weird or strange.
I grew up in a little town called Wickliffe, Ohio.
Okay.
Which is maybe 65,000, maybe by now 80,000 people. It's primarily an little Italian, lower middle class town, suburb of Cleveland.
Right.
Sounds
And-
like the beginning to a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always narrate like I'm heading into a documentary about a place, but I can't think of, other than the fact that it was. I don't know. Other than the fact that it was mostly an Italian town, and I don't know if that's all that odd. I can't think of anything all that strange about it yet. I'm sure something will pop into my head sooner or later here, but I know that the mayor's name was Webster. Does that help?
Oh, that
Webster,
that
yeah.
is weird, man.
Well, his mother was the mayor, and then he became the mayor. Then the son became the mayor later. It's one of those
Okay.
kind of towns. But I don't actually remember very much more that was that weird about it. You can walk around that
I can't
town
think
all
of anything
day.
Weird.
People asking on Periscope if Jimmy is coming on today, and that is the plan, correct?
Jimmy is coming on. James St. James has been added back into the show.
Yes.
For those of you who have been asking, we got a lot of people that wanted to do this, so we're very happy to have James St. James back. He'll be
Maria
joining
Shaw's
us.
coming back as well, but not till tomorrow.
She is. Tomorrow is Thursday, so she's coming back. We're going to have Maria Shaw on, but we have James St. James Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
The Hollywood Report.
At about 7:25 each morning, we'll have him on each of those 3 days of the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So he'll be calling in here in the next few minutes. We'll find out what's going on in Hollywood. And, of course, I do have some stories from there that we could probably tease a little bit for you. His main thing, by the way, he's got two couples. One, a real celebrity couple who may be calling it quits because of his temper, and one, a TV couple who may destroy their hit show because of her ego.
Oh, who's this?
I'm going to guess. I'm going to take a stab at this. I'm going to take a stab at this. I think Modern Family.
Oh, I don't know. I think it was Sophia.
Yeah, I think she's getting a little crazy. I've been reading a couple of things about her.
Well, let's think about this for a minute. Let's play some bets. Do you think it's her?
I'm thinking it's Modern
Family. Hit TV shows.
And then the other one is the real celebrity couple who might be calling it quits because of his temper.
Oh, really?
Right, the TV show is calling it quits because of her ego, it says. But
you might be right.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything else that's a hit TV show.
A lot of hit TV shows.
But not like with a couple like that, like as the main.
The Middle.
Yeah, but
no.
Who's watching that?
Oh, that's a huge hit. It's like one of the number one rated shows. Where the hell you been?
I haven't got into
NCIS.
Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Goldbergs is another good one.
That could be it though. The Goldbergs, actually, if you think about it.
She's kind of a nutcase
she's
too.
kind of crazy.
I don't
what
think
is her name?
She's a comedian, and she's not very good. I can't think of her name. She's good in that show, but I don't think in her stand-up act, I've been told, is not that good. So we'll
I'd have to rack my brain here and think about it.
When James calls, we'll see if he has the answer for us on that. I'm sure he will. Budweiser has been pointlessly sentimental the past few years with their cute animal Super Bowl ads. But now they're getting real. They say Budweiser's doing a Don't Drink and Drive ad featuring Helen Mirren this year. She tells drunk...
She's still alive?
Yes. She was one of the first people that really got naked on screen, was a big star.
Yes.
Helen Mirren. Anyway, she tells drunk drivers they are a, quote, short-sighted, utterly useless, oxygen-wasting human form of pollution. Ooh. And a Darwin Award-deserving selfish coward. So they're getting nasty in these Budweiser ads. I don't know if that's going to work for them or not.
I actually heard Blondie call people that same exact thing before the show.
She does that. That's my nickname. Are you kidding? Drake is going to do a T-Mobile commercial during the Super Bowl where he's singing Hotline Bling, and a bunch of marketing types keep interrupting to tell him to add things like streaming music will incur data charges and things like that. It's not that funny, but they did get Drake to be in it. Isn't he like hopelessly uncoordinated when it comes to dancing and stuff?
I'm not a Drake fan, so you have to Skippy.
His video, I was watching a video of his. I said, why do they let him dance in his videos? He's horrible. He has no rhythm at all. It's like Bob Seger, trying to get Bob Seger to dance. It's terrible.
Don't all black guys have rhythm?
This one doesn't.
Really?
No, this one doesn't.
There's a stereotype to take down for you.
Yeah. And Steven Tyler, here I think we have James St. James calling. It's live out in Hollywood.
Yes, it is.
Saginaw's Jimmy Hollywood. How you doing, my friend?
I'm great, Johnny. How about yourself?
Just wonderful. What's going on today?
Well, I'll tell you what. Hi, Blondie.
Good morning, darling. How are you?
Well, if I were any better, I'd be sitting right next to you. You know that.
Here you go.
Okay. All right.
You're the one that said
interesting stories today. I got two couples.
No, it wasn't his.
Okay. One, they're a celebrity couple who live together. They're not married, but they live together. They may be calling it quits because of his temper. The other is a TV couple who may be destroying their brand new show, which is becoming a hit because of her ego.
A brand new show. All right.
Let me tell you who we're talking about. Now, you know, Blondie, a lot of people ask me, Jimmy, can you keep a secret when it comes to celebrities?
And the answer
is
report on.
The answer is no.
You know, Johnny, we've talked about this before. If it's bad news and the star hasn't gone public with it, I'll keep the negative news to myself.
All right.
But once a star goes public, well, then it's fair game. All right, I'll give you an example. Okay, a couple of months ago, I heard from a very good source that the 10-year relationship between actors Liev Schreiber and Naomi Watts was in trouble.
Okay.
You know, he's 48, she's 47. They have two children, age 8 and 7. Now, the whisper is that she wants out because she's had enough of his temper.
Oh.
Well, my source, Blondie, says that his mood swings and his terrible temper are exactly like the character he plays on Ray Donovan.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you've seen that show, you know he really has a temper.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Well, I wondered for years why they never got married. Well, now probably it's better they didn't, other than those two kids.
Right.
Now, I'll tell you what I'm worried about, Johnny. Those kids, you got to keep them away from the fish wrappers.
Yeah.
the fish wrappers are going to go all over this story.
Oh, yeah.
And you forget you got an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old. I mean, it's tough.
That's not good.
All right, let's go from them, a real couple. Let's go to a TV couple that are not seeing eye to eye. Now, are you guys watching Shades of Blue?
I have not, no.
Is that the
you
one with
should.
J-Lo
It's really
in it?
good. Jennifer Lopez
Yeah.
and Ray Liotta.
I love Ray Liotta.
Oh, I do too. He's one of my favorites. All right, well, the show's been receiving critical reviews, really, really good reviews, building an audience every week. But here's the problem. Egos, especially J-Lo's.
I bet.
See, well, here's the deal. Not only is she the star, she's also the executive producer.
Uh-oh.
And you know what that means? Yeah, her word is the last word.
Uh-oh.
So here's the problem. She's seeing that her spotlight is being stolen by Ray Liotta. Everybody loves him, just like we just said.
Yeah.
He's been around forever. I remember Ray Liotta when he was an actor on Another World, a soap opera, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he scored critical acclaim in Goodfellas.
Absolutely.
And from there on, he's just a big star. So here's the deal. All right, allegedly, she's been using her executive power. Here's her trick. Okay, just before the director yells action to start the scene, she yells rewrite. And what that means, the dialogue for that scene is going to be changed right there, last minute, right there.
Uh-oh.
And of course, Liotta, he's standing there speechless.
Right.
And like I say, he's a tough guy, and his actions are causing him to have a bad reaction.
Uh-oh.
Blondie, I've told you many times, don't watch the actor, the whole actor. Watch their eyes.
Oh,
the
yeah,
eyes,
that's a good point.
They can't act. They only react.
That's a good point.
And next time you watch Shades of Blue, watch both J-Lo and Ray's eyes, and you're going to see contempt and anger.
He's a great actor.
Oh, he's a very good actor, but he's one of these guys who really gets into his character.
Absolutely.
And he prepares. And for him to walk out ready to do a scene and he's all set to go, it's like putting a racehorse, okay, let's go. And then somebody says, wait a minute, we're going to rewrite the scene.
She pulls the diva card. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. So keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
All right, got to run. I will see you guys on Friday, Rumor Day. Make sure you're here. I'll be here. I am the real, wait a minute, Saginaw Zone, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You want to know something I'm happy about?
Right.
Remember that other place you guys were at?
Yeah, I remember a little bit about it.
Okay, that was the worst extra of all my stations.
Yeah.
Really?
I had to say about a paragraph just to get out of get off the scene here.
The outro out of his thing. He had
when I say extra, I'm talking about
corporate had a paragraph they gave him to read.
Saginaw Zone, the real Jimmy Hollywood. I'll see you Friday.
We like it much better. See you, buddy.
See you, James.
Much better.
Have
Thank
a
you.
great one. All right, James.
Bye,
St.
honey.
James. Jimmy Hollywood, one of our favorites. He knows everything that's going on out there. He's got all the connections. He's with us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:25.
Literally, we could go out to Hollywood and spend some time out there and do our show out there for a while.
Yeah.
And stay with him.
To get up at 2 in the morning, but yeah, we could do that.
I'd be good with that.
wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We just do it before we go to bed.
That's right. We
Yeah.
just stay up, do the show, and then go
Absolutely.
to bed. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Let's think about that.
We may want to take this thing on the road a few different places. We're going to be talking this morning, by the way, at you know what?
Get us into the Oscars.
We
and
missed
stuff.
his call. Bet you that's who was calling, and we missed it
Who's
earlier.
that?
Dr. Sock was supposed to call us from Island
Sock, and
92.
what was her?
Sakanaki.
Sakanaki.
Isn't that cheese? Flaming cheese?
Saganaki is, but yeah.
I love flaming cheese.
It just dawned on me. We've been having problems, and if you're watching me, Dr. Sock, down there on Island 92 on Periscope, you can try calling us again. We've been having problems noticing that the phone is actually ringing, and because we don't have a good system for doing that, we're working on it.
It all goes back to the shot collar for me.
Yeah.
Skype rings, Johnny gets shocked. Then he knows.
Oh, you want to set it up to a shock collar? Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Well-
you couldn't set it up to a light bulb that would just go off,
We
could
started out with the Tabasco sauce. What do you want to do?
Every time Johnny misses the call, he has to take a shot at
you?
Tabasco.
No, I can't miss the call. I don't know if it's coming in. We've got to find a better way of doing this.
Oh, blaming the caller now.
By the way, I want to say Andrew Dotson's in the back of the house here from MLive. They're writing a story on us today, so
Hey.
be nice. Damn it.
Oh, be nice.
Be on your best behavior.
I don't want to.
They're writing a
What
story
a
on
perfect
MLive.
opportunity
You
for
wanna
you to
move
take a
up
shot
here?
of that Tabasco sauce today with them live here.
Well, I may ended up having to do that. O.J. Simpson, did you guys watch last night at all, the trial?
No. Oh, that started last night, the
It's
movie?
the mini-series
No.
around his trial.
Not
about
happy
his trial.
about it.
Started last night. It was on.
Her family is very unhappy about this.
And O.J. says he's unhappy with the way Johnny Cochran was portrayed. I don't know what
OJ is?
Yeah.
Johnny was who again?
Johnny Cochran was his lawyer, one of his lawyers.
He was played by who?
If it don't fit, you must have quit. That was Johnny
whatever.
Cochran, okay?
You're guilty.
And unfortunately, the miniseries doesn't have a head that OJ can decapitate because he's angry. But unfortunately for him, he can't do anything at all about it. He's sitting in prison right now. But that started last night, 10 o'clock, on the
But not for the murder.
on the FX channel. He's
sitting in prison. And he doesn't like being portrayed as a murderer on this TV show. And he's like, I don't like the way they made Johnny Cochran look.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, on his last day, God will take care of him.
Yeah. Let's see other celebrity news this morning. George Clooney's wife, Amal, turns 38 today.
Her name is Amal?
Yeah, have you ever heard that? You've heard that old joke, right?
No, I don't think I have.
About the brothers, the twins that were separated at birth, and one went to a Middle Eastern family, and one went to a Hispanic family, and the one was named Juan, and the other was named Amal. And I don't remember how we get to this point, but at some point somebody says, have you seen both of the twins? Have you seen his brother in the Middle East? And the guy says, no, but if you've seen Juan, you've seen them all.
Oh, come on.
But it's an old, stupid joke. But Amal is actually George Clooney's wife. She's a pretty significant lady. She's got a lot of credentials. She's a pretty awesome woman.
Who was David Bowie married to?
Iman.
Oh, okay.
Aman and Amal.
Iman and Amal. Yeah. Amal, though, turns 38 today, and she's got to make the next 2 years count because after that, George is legally obligated to dump her. I don't know if you realize that, but that's part of the George Clooney thing. And Aretha Franklin, we mentioned this earlier in the week, donating, actually last week, hotel rooms and food to the people in Flint, Michigan, which is kind of cool. Okay, hotel rooms. Ain't no way Aretha's passing up a bulk shipment of Funyuns, though. But they're going to actually, this is what I found kind of cool. It's her father's church, Bethel Church down there in, I want to say it's in Southfield.
Yeah.
That is vetting
that area,
the people. You have to apply through him. She's paying for 50 rooms at the Holiday Inn Express down there. And then the food that they're going to feed, which is perfect for Flint people when you think about it, are Coney Islands. They're feeding them all
I'd be good with that.
from the Coney Island restaurant down there. So anyway, thank you, Aretha. That's an awesome thing to do. And so much better, I think, than,
It's just amazing, all these stars who've come out to help.
Of course.
It's a great PR opportunity.
Yeah.
For like D-list celebrities or C-list celebrities just to go.
Russell Simmons.
I think Aretha comes from her heart, though. She's a Michigander, so I'm not gonna question her
Kid Rock,
motivation.
She wouldn't have allowed, if she wanted to do it from her heart, though, she wouldn't have allowed the media to take care of it.
Well, the media's going to get on it anyway.
Exactly the way I think about
They
it.
could
When
have
you give
easily
to
done
charity, you don't tell people you gave to charity.
Every time you
just
donate.
give it.
Yeah, but she needed publicity to tell the people to apply for the position.
It could have easily been done different ways. Every time you give somebody a family of children money, you don't
just
blast
give it to
out.
yourself.
I just gave $4,000 to this kid right here. You just do it because
you know what?
Right.
I understand that, but I also understand that publicity drives contributions.
Sure.
Charities must publicize their good works, or they will not get money. You absolutely have to do that. In other words, for instance, the American Cancer Society puts out all kinds of publicity about what they're doing. And why do they do it? So that they can keep the contributions coming in to keep funding that research that they are responsible for.
But she's not worried about funding it.
No, but in her case, she wanted to make sure that 50 people that were deserving got the rooms, and she didn't want to do it, hey, tell your buddy there's a room available. They wanted to make sure that everybody heard about it, that the most deserving people got them, I'm guessing. And it was done through a church, so I'm not going to.
I'm kind of with Josh. I mean, I send money into your Johnny Burke Children's Foundation, and I don't tell anybody that I do that.
No, but the foundation talks about what we give money to all the time.
Yeah, but they don't say that Blondie sent in a check every month.
Oh, I do that occasionally. I don't.
Right.
I haven't called attention to yours,
because
but
it's anonymous.
But some people want to remain anonymous, some don't. That's fine. Look, if it gets me more people to contribute, if I announce their name on the air that they contributed to me, then I'm going to announce their name on the air.
Trust me, I'm all about it. Right? I'm all about.
Absolutely.
I'm all about the idea of publicizing what she's doing. It's just a matter of, is it from her heart or is it for publication? And it doesn't matter. She's helping people.
When I die, I want it set up that anybody who wants to donate money, I want it to go to Johnny's foundation. Is that being selfish?
No.
That it's publicized?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all, because you're helping. And it's another thing that charities will often tell you.
Because that's really what I want to do.
Put us in your will. Let it.
Yeah.
And churches will tell you that in the Sunday sermons. They'll say, remember your church in your will.
If I put the Johnny Burke Children's Foundation in my will, they're going to get a $260 consumer's bill. That's what you're going to get out of the deal.
Thanks a lot. You know what? We skipped over the weather at 7:30 we were supposed to get to, so quickly let's give
It's
a quick weather
crappy out.
forecast here.
Just wrap it up that way.
Morning fog, then cloudy and windy this afternoon, high in the mid-40s. Cloudy overnight, few flurries or snow showers possible, low around the upper 20s. And tomorrow, cloudy, high in the low 30s. Looking forward to your weekend, though. Cloudy skies becoming partly cloudy later in the day, high around 35. 35 now in the Tri-Cities and 54 in Flint. Balmy.
7:38, balmy.
It's weird for February.
Balmy,
isn't it?
54 in Flint.
Yeah.
It is. It's ridiculously warm out there, folks. So enjoy it while you can. Going north into the UP, you're going to see some snow. Temperatures are going to be around even, freezing up there. Along the west side of the state, along Lake Michigan, you're going to see some lake effect snow mixed with the rain. Temperatures here in the upper half of the lower peninsula are going to remain in the high 30s and lower 40s. To the south, though, you get down to the, like Josh had mentioned, Flint, Detroit area, 50s all day long today. So we've got a little bit of everything. We even have fog this morning in many areas to watch out for. The word of the day today.
Oh, what is it?
It's a surgical removal of the female reproductive organs. Is called a
Hysterectomy?
Nope.
Oh.
A laparohysterosalpingoophorectomy.
That sounds really painful.
Guaphorectomy.
When it gets goo, that's what freaks me out.
Goo.
Yes, this is a strange word because this is the first time I've ever seen 3 O's in a row in a word. It's Gua is pronounced. Guaphorectomy is spelled Goopho. I've never seen 3 O's in a row in a word.
Gua sounds like a fancy cheese.
It does, a little bit like Gouda.
Ew.
Gouda. So use it in a sentence, Blondie.
I can't even say it.
Say it again.
Guaphorectomy.
Tomorrow I'm going into the hospital to have a removal.
Having all of her female organs removed, and they're going to be replaced.
They're already gone.
With gonads. All right, so let's see what else is in the news. Celebrity news we still haven't gotten to. Susan Sarandon says Donald Trump is like the drunk uncle who thinks racism is okay.
Oh, boy.
Susan Sarandon, how is that even relevant to the world?
She went back to being a drunk grandma who thinks dating a 22-year-old is okay.
What did I hear about her the other day? What was last weekend, the SAG Awards, or what was it?
If anybody's sagging by now, it's Susan Sarandon.
Her and her daughter showed up, and I don't know if you're not into women's fashion, but they have blouses that are sheer,
Right.
and you can see their bra underneath.
Right.
It's all coordinated.
Right.
But her and her daughter both showed up at the SAG Awards with those clothing on, and it was not good.
That doesn't,
No.
wouldn't. And first of all,
I don't know what age you should stop doing that, but I don't think anybody should do that. I don't want to see your bra.
do you think her daughter was mortified by having to stand next to her mother?
She dressed just like her mother.
Well, I know, but maybe the daughter is appropriate for the daughter, but maybe not appropriate for her,
That's
right?
not cool. Ooh.
Stephen Tyler.
Could you imagine going out someplace with your mom with a sheer blouse with a bra underneath?
Yeah, are you kidding
Ew.
me? No way.
With her,
Oh, God.
ooh.
You just
You know,
gave
that's
me,
an awful
you gave me
thought.
a mind's eye picture right now that I'm not going to be able to get out of my head all day. Thanks.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Steven Tyler does a Skittles commercial for the Super Bowl this year where he's going to be talking to a portrait of himself made out of candy.
Sounds like him.
If you haven't seen it yet, there's a spot celebrating 20 years of Pokemon we're going to see. And I'm speaking, of course, to our millennial intern here.
Skippy, who's
Skippy.
Pokemon?
Pokemon is a game.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Do you still own Pokemon cards today?
Actually,
Tell
yeah,
the
I
truth.
do.
Oh, my God, no.
I don't buy them, but I've had them for years.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wouldn't
boy.
give them up. Of course not. It's like our baseball cards when we were kids. You don't want to give those up.
Johnny has Beanie Babies.
I was going to say, somewhere, someplace, there's somebody that has like a basement full of Beanie Babies
Bing,
that are
bing,
worth
bing,
about
I have an attic full of them.
$8.
I have an
There he
attic
is,
full of
right over there.
I have an attic full of every kind of thing that I ever thought would be collectible in its packages. I throw stuff. I have one of those attic stairs that pull down in the garage, and I just throw things up through the hole up there. Of every McDonald's toy that's ever been out, of every
McDonald's
Beanie
toys
Baby.
are stupid nowadays.
I think they're kind of neat.
Oh.
Anyway, the big news this morning that we have not yet mentioned
What is it?
is in sports.
Super Bowl?
Johnny Manziel
Yeah.
is now Johnny Unemployed. It finally happened.
What happened?
That this is the guy, and I know that you guys are not that familiar with it, but Johnny Manziel is a guy who came out of college a little early to join the Cleveland Browns. He won the Heisman Trophy, but he has had off-field problems that are unbelievable. He keeps getting himself in trouble for drinking, for domestic violence. You name it, he's in trouble. So, to the surprise of only one person, Johnny Manziel is being released now, finally, from the Cleveland Browns. He did not. He was supposed to be the franchise quarterback. He's only like 22 or 23 years old.
Oh, no.
but with behavior like his, it's only a matter of time before the Bengals offer him a job. He'll get a job somewhere, but it's kind of he acts. He's a little white guy quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, but he acts like one of these NBA players.
Right.
He's got that thug mentality
Right.
is what he's got going for him.
Thug life.
Yeah, and so he's out. Johnny is unemployed. The Cleveland Browns issuing a statement saying his behavior undermines the team's reputation.
That's kind of how everybody thought you would go out, actually,
What's that?
because of your behavior.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the headline, but it didn't happen that way.
Yeah. The
He
Browns.
remained classy.
We're gonna have to get. I don't know what they're gonna do with the Cleveland Browns. Have been through something like 20 quarterbacks in 12 years. It's ridiculous how many quarterbacks that team goes through, and coaches for that matter. Anyway, Cleveland Browns troubles continue. Johnny Manziel's troubles continue. It's 7:43 on the morning show right now. We have not played a local
I was
artist
just
for a
gonna write
while.
That to you. What do we have this morning?
Mandy
besides
Lane, and
me?
she was on our very first show.
She was
here in the
live.
studio
Mhm.
a week and a half ago. Was our first one here at these new digs of ours on Center Avenue in Bay City, Michigan. And she came in and did an acoustic thing for us. But she's one of our favorite recording artists in the area. Nice local artist for those of you
So
not familiar
many.
with her. And you can find her all over the internet. Just look for Mandy Lane in the Lost Highway. Mandi is how she spells Mandy, and Lane is Layne. So she swapped the I and the Y in both
See what
names.
she did there?
Yeah,
So clever.
so here's Mandy Lane and the Lost Highway with JohnnyAndBlondie.com on this beautiful Wednesday morning.
This is Johnny Burke and Blondie on JohnnyAndBlondie.com with video streams on Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook.
I've had enough of the same old town. I packed my things and now I'm headed out. Where the sun shines all day long, only God knows where. Too many things getting on my nerves. I put in a drive and now I'm kicking up dirt. But I ain't looking back, no, not this time. I'm packing my things, I'm headed south. Living the words coming from my mouth. There's no way of changing my mind, 'cause I'm going crazy. This is my four-wheel goodbye. I'm headed down south. Loving the words coming from my mouth. I'm saying goodbye. My four-wheel drive goodbye. All my life I've been tied down here, but not anymore. I'm making it clear. These small town blues are driving me insane. Everybody knows just how I feel. Everyone knows I'm hell on wheels. I've been waiting for way too long. I've got it in track, I'm going west. I'm not looking back, it's for the best. I don't have it figured out just yet, but I'm just saying, this is my four-wheel goodbye. I'm headed down south. Loving the words coming from my mouth. I'm saying goodbye. My four-wheel drive goodbye. This is my four-wheel goodbye. I'm making it clear. I'm leaving this town. I've got it in gear. I'm moving on now. My four-wheel drive goodbye. I can finally see the road in front of me. No one can slow me down. I'm heading out. This is my four-wheel goodbye. I'm headed down south. Loving the words coming from my mouth. I'm saying goodbye. My four-wheel drive goodbye. This is my four-wheel goodbye. I'm making it clear. I'm leaving this town. I've got it in gear. I'm moving on now. My four-wheel drive goodbye. My four-wheel drive. My four-wheel drive. My four-wheel drive goodbye.
This is Johnny Burke and Blondie on JohnnyAndBlondie.com with video streams on Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook.
Mandy Lane and the Lost Highway.
Mandy.
Wheel drive good.
Love
It's
it.
some great local music, which is what our feature is here on this show. We're going to be featuring local music, original local music with local artists, because we found that the mid-Michigan area where we're located is just filled with talent that is just, and there are a lot of scouts been lately hanging around here looking for folks, not scouts, but talent. I don't know what you call them, developers who are looking around the area. And there are a couple of rumors going around about some of these artists that you're hearing on the show going national very soon. So keep listening to some of the music here, and you can say you heard it first on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. It is a Butthead Bulletin Wednesday. We'll get to that in a minute, but right now it's 7:48, time to check the weather forecast. We'll get to the news at the top, Josh, but we got the weather forecast for you right now, 7:45. What's going on? 7:48, actually. What's going on?
Morning fog today, cloudy and windy this afternoon, high in the mid-40s. Cloudy overnight, few flurries or snow showers possible, low around the upper 20s. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy, high in the low 30s. And looking forward to Friday. Cloudy skies early, becoming partly cloudy skies later in the day, high about 35. Still sitting at 36 in the Tri-Cities, 55 now in Flint.
Thanks to all of our supporters of this show, including TCTmusic.com, the party professionals. Total control of the tracks is what TCT stands for. These guys have been around a long time, since 1985. They've played thousands of shows since then. Weddings, corporate events, graduations, retirement, birthday, bridal shows, to name just a few. And remember, they have an $895 wedding package there, but you can get it for less than $450 if you go to TCTmusic.com and post that you heard about them on the Johnny and Blondie show. You're going to enter into a drawing for a half off the normal $895 wedding package. So
now you've only got Friday to do that too, so they've got to do it this week.
By the end of this week?
Yeah.
Okay, so by Friday, go to TCTmusic.com. Make sure you tell them you heard it here. By the way, even if you don't have a wedding coming up, somebody you know might, you can enter, tell them you heard it on our show, win the certificate, and find the bride in your world to take advantage of that would be a great wedding gift to give to a bride, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Giving her all the entertainment. So there you go. TCTmusic.com. We also want to thank Blue Digital, our Blue Thumb Digital, our digital folks, our digital experts here. They are the social media and internet experts, and they're a local company. And if you were listening to us yesterday, we had Jeff DeHaven in here from Blue Thumb Digital explaining.
Great guy. New daddy.
Man, we got off the air, and we went over some of the things that he wants to do for our website and for our social media, and he blows me away.
We got a whooping.
Completely.
So look up Blue Thumb Digital
spanking
when you are looking for help with your social media.
We can talk a little bit about what's going to happen with Periscope. I'd like to tell the Periscope people what eventually is going to happen and how we're going to use Periscope and Facebook and that kind of stuff.
What we're trying to do is to, we started off on every single platform we could get on just to see how that played. Periscope's been very good to us. Facebook's been very good to us. And JohnnyAndBlondie.com has been very good to us. And a lot of our followers use one of those three ways of following us. The JohnnyAndBlondie.com website is straight audio, which is what you're used to with us, frankly. Okay? So at JohnnyAndBlondie.com, you sign on in the morning at home. You can listen to us. You can take it in your car on your smartphone and put it in through your Bluetooth and your speakers in your car, and you can listen to us that way and not be distracted by the video. Video, we're finding, because we can't interact with you during a regular audio show, and that's what's so cool about Periscope is the interaction. We're using it to tease before the show every day. About 15 minutes before the show, we're going to come on and tell you what's going to be on that day show, so about 6:15 each morning. Plus, we'll use it whenever we have live guests in the studio and we want to show you what they're up to, or whenever we have something going on in the studio that deserves some video. So if you take your smartphone along and you have the Periscope app in it, it will notify you every time we go on live streaming video. And then the other way we'll be using it, like we've got coming up tomorrow night, is at special events when we go out and we do what's called a Johnny and Blondie Extra. And on tomorrow night, we're going to be doing that. You've been asking for a party where we could get together ever since we were kind of unceremoniously ditched from our our old radio station. You guys wanted to get together with us and share a drink with us, so we found a place to do that, Vino Wine Warehouse, and we will Periscope from there tomorrow evening. 5 till 7 after work tomorrow. We're going to have wine sampling. We've got dollar tapas, which are the small plates appetizers for just $1 each. And Josh pointed out earlier there are 15 tapas menu items on there, so you could have all 15 for $15.
Let's
I'm
do
doing
it.
I don't even care. I'm getting all of them.
Let's do it.
I've always wanted to walk into a place and just go, what would you like today? I'd like everything.
Everything.
Give us all of it. So we'll do that tomorrow. You have to help us. I hate to use the word have. We need our supporters to support us and our other supporters. So two things that I need on this kind of groundbreaking thing that we're doing. This internet show in order to keep it alive. And we have about 2 weeks from now, we've got our drop dead date coming up, and we're going to figure out whether we're going to continue this thing or not. In the interim, if you hear us talk about a supporter, a financial supporter of ours, on radio stations they're called advertisers, but we're calling them supporters, but we are advertising for them. Please act on that advertising. Show them a little bit of love and tell them you heard it on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. And secondarily, when we're out and about, please come on out and support us. We're going to be at Vino Wine Warehouse, Midland Street, Bay City tomorrow night from 5 till 7 with all the fun. And we've got live acoustic music, local musician again, homegrown, which is what we feature here.
Yeah, we have Joe Gibson coming tomorrow. And if you haven't seen Joe Gibson and you haven't been able to experience it, he uses a lot of pedals and loop recorders. He's a one-man show with an acoustic guitar, and by the time he's done, it sounds like a full band's up there. He's banging on the guitar. He's going, hoo, 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 and they're making noises. It's crazy what he does with this guitar. And Joe has volunteered to come out and play for us for our very first
beautiful.
show. So.
It's going to be a lot of fun. 5 till 7 we'll be there, and we'll be on Periscope for part of that. And then on the same thing, Blondie will be Blondie or Josh is going to be our Periscope photographer on Friday morning when we head out to Bronner's at 10 a.m. Friday morning, Bronner's South Entrance for their annual Hot Shot Local Media Celebrity Archery Contest for charity. I'm playing for the Johnny Children's Foundation. In order to get the points that we need to win that and win the $1,000 for the kids, we have to have a lot of supporters, fans out there signing in under our name. Larry Elliott is famous for getting a minibus and going over to the old ladies' home and picking them up and making them sign in for him. So I need to overcome that. We need a bunch of people to show up. There are a lot of celebrities involved in this, and they all have different tricks in getting their fans to show up. So you guys got to come on out.
We have a great listening audience. As you said, over 13,000 followers already on this show. But what you used to have at the former station was hundreds of thousands, right?
Right.
So it was very easy to do that. Now more than ever, the support is super important because now you're not just supporting a big corporate station. You're supporting Johnny and Blondie when you come out to these locations.
And we'll have, Bronner's has refreshments for the crowd that shows up. We get a fairly decent crowd. You'll get 60, 70 people maybe even show up there.
We bought cookies for you, so just come in and you can have the cookies.
And lemonade.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So come on out and join us. That's on Friday morning. Tomorrow night, 5 to 7, Vino Wine Warehouse, Midland Street, Bay City. Friday morning, 10 o'clock a.m. at Bronner's South Entrance inside for the archery contest.
And then Cops and Donuts, too, the week after.
On February 9th, we're going to be at Cops and Donuts for Punchki Day, which is Fat Tuesday. That's the following Tuesday morning. So we're going to do our show from there, and we'll do Periscope from there as well.
We're going to do Johnny and Blondie live from there, too. So if you go to JohnnyAndBlondie.com, God help us, that stream's going to work.
Yeah, we're hoping.
It'll work.
Yeah, Josh keeps saying it well, and then Josh will be the one outside swearing and throwing things. And,
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I couldn't that one day. It was awful.
all right, from Blondie's awe story, I saw this. This is another one that I don't like reading on the air because these are tough. A 25-year-old woman in California named Heather Clark lost her 7-month-old son.
Oh,
come
God. No.
Why?
Blondie, you do this to me every day. You keep giving me these stories.
It's an awe story.
Follow
through.
She lost Lucas in 2013. The babysitter's boyfriend caused it. This was not something she could have been prepared for in any way, shape, or form. When the baby wouldn't stop crying, the babysitter's boyfriend did what we so often hear about and beat on the kid, and the kid died, 7 months old. He's still awaiting trial, but there is a little silver lining here. Even though she was dealing with a tragedy like that, she still made the decision to donate his organs, and it ended up saving the lives of 3 other kids. One of them, a little girl named Jordan Drake, who had a congenital heart defect and needed a transplant. She's 4 years old now and doing great. And last Friday, Heather got to meet her for the first time at a hospital in Phoenix. There's a video of it going around Facebook.
I saw that.
Because she used a stethoscope to listen to Lucas's heart beating, and I'm going to cry, in Jordan's chest. And
I
the whole
saw it.
thing
I
was
did cry.
Very emotional. Heather started crying, said she couldn't believe how strong the heartbeat was. Jordan's mom, Esther, was right there crying with her.
I know.
Heather says that after Lucas died, she realized she had a chance to prevent other parents from experiencing the same pain she was going through, so that's why she did the
Why do we have to do these stories?
Because Blondie keeps giving them.
Did you not see the video a couple days ago?
I did, but
Oh, God, I bawled like a big fat baby. Oh.
Yeah.
But it's super important to talk about donating your organs
It
for that
absolutely
exact
is.
reason.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Well, organ donation, we got into, there's a young man who died before the holidays, and we talked about this on the air, remember, where the lady came in and she talked about organ donation. You know, often...
Well, my nephew Tucker is an organ recipient of liver, as a child.
How long ago was that?
Well, let me see. He's about 20 right now. He was 9 months old when he needed the liver transplant. So.
And how's he doing?
Oh, he's doing fabulous. But, of course, you've got to keep up with all the medication and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
But it's heartbreaking because, you know, while you're very joyful that your family member is going to live on and have their life, you know that another child died.
Sure.
It's just it's
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But
But
got to put it in God's hands.
Organ donation is obviously
is.
a very good thing you can do.
You're going to die and go on to another plane. Let your organs go on to somebody else in this plane.
This, you can understand a parent being not necessarily wanting to do that, but then you read this story and you hear about this lady and how it kind of was rewarding for her after so many years of having to deal with this. Now she hears her son's heartbeat.
Yeah.
Kind of neat. All right. God, how do you? You can't move on. It's 7:58 here on the morning show right now. Don't forget, go to the Johnny and Blondie Facebook fan page. Let's see what some of those answers are. The question we are asking you today is the strangest thing about where you grew up, and we'll have a random drawing at the end of the show, as we do when we do these Facebook questions, and give away some prizes we can mail out to you, so you don't have to worry about picking them up. From Studio 57, we have a free haircut there on West Vienna Road in Clio, a full-service salon specializing in extensions, Brazilian blowouts, custom colors, specialized nail services, and nail art, also offering customized facials, microcurrent treatments, waxing, and a variety of massages. We're gonna get Josh's whole body
Josh
waxed.
over there to get him waxed.
Get a whole body wax.
Have you had anything waxed?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We did two things on the air, and one was a rhino wax. Is where the front part of your nose up here, the nostril hair,
no.
Right.
they stick a stick in some wax and stick it up your nose and close your nostrils, and then
no.
they rip it
Oh!
out. It is by far the most painful. It's actually more painful than Blondie's ear right now.
My ears hurt right now.
It was the most painful thing I've ever done. And then we did this. I don't know what you call it. It's from your belly button down,
Right.
in that area right
Right.
there.
Private area.
We did that too. And
The landing strip.
I honestly don't know how much you could have to pay me to wax anything ever again.
That's
Ooh.
when I was partnered with Jody McHugh, and there was a Women's Equality Day. She said, "Let me bring in my nads and put it on you." Now, let me explain that for those of you who don't know. It's an Australian gooey substance of some sort. It's called nads, and it's sticky, and you put it on, and then you rip it off like you would a wax.
Oh, no.
And she did that, and she did it on half of my belly hair, and left the other half hairy.
Oh,
and
God.
it was the most painful, ridiculous thing. And then it was numb and hurt for a long, like it has that weird feeling after for a long, long time. Anyway, why are we talking about waxing? Because they do that.
We're going to send
They
Josh.
do that at Studio 57.
Let's send
And
Skippy over there and do it.
one of your prizes will be that Studio 57 haircut if you're chosen randomly. The other prize is going to be a gift certificate to any of the Old City Hall restaurants, which include Old City Hall here in Bay City, along with the American Kitchen restaurant and
Tavern 101.
Tavern 101 is the third
Oh,
restaurant.
great
You can use this
places.
gift certificate.
Can't
and
go
any of
wrong.
those. I've not been to Tavern 101.
I went to Old City Hall
I have a
yesterday
couple
for lunch.
times.
Had some cuckoo or
Couscous.
couscous.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
I don't know what it was, but it stuck to
Couscous.
the meat, and I had pita, and it was wonderful.
To
All
the
right,
meat.
8 o'clock. Checking the weather forecast, and we're going to check first though some news
I
headlines.
thought we were going to check the Facebook
He's
comments.
got me all over the place.
No, we're going to do the news and weather and celebrity news all in one break here at the top of the hour. Starting out with Josh Sherrill. What's going on?
Yeah, 3 headlines you might want to check out. Judge's request that people not wear pajamas in court goes viral. The pictures on the thing, it says pajamas are not allowed in the courtroom or not proper attire for the courtroom. So you'll want to Google that. Also, man arrested trying to sell drugs in court. And U.S. airstrikes destroyed the ISIS Voice of the Caliphate radio station in Afghanistan.
Good.
Oh.
He's dead, right?
So our resume is not
So
received there.
what you're saying is there's a radio job opening.
Those are the headlines. Also, we'll have a positive headline coming up here in just a little bit as well.
A positive headline.
A positive story.
All right, let's check the weather now.
Morning fog today, cloudy, then windy this afternoon, high in the mid-40s. Tonight, cloudy with a few flurries. There's snow showers possible, low around the upper 20s. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy, high in the low 30s, and looking forward to the beginning of your weekend. Cloudy skies on Friday, becoming partly cloudy later in the day, high around 35. Still holding at 35 in the Tri-Cities and 54 in Flint.
Yeah, it's 51 in Detroit, but they're expecting a high today of 55. Rain or some sort of precipitation all over the state. If you head to the west side of the state along the shoreline, you're going to see some lake effect snow mixed with the rain occasionally. And in the UP, pretty much snow expected throughout the day today. With temperatures hovering right around freezing, though, it will be mixed with some rain. So you have to watch that in the UP, too.
Yeah, the positive story for today, the teen cancer survivor nails his interview with Peyton Manning ahead of the Super Bowl. Did you see this?
I saw that little boy, was he in a
Yeah.
wheelchair?
I believe so. He is in a wheelchair. He's a 14-year-old. His name is Austin Denton, and he's been cancer-free now for 6 years. So congratulations to Austin on that.
Beautiful.
And he had the opportunity of a lifetime to interview Peyton Manning on the television program at the SAP Center in San Jose, California, and he just nailed it. So the video, we'll share it on our Facebook fan page. So you can
Beautiful.
You know what he asked him, don't you?
No.
And what everybody has been wanting to know, and he got to ask the question, are you retiring after the Super Bowl?
What'd he say?
Peyton didn't answer it. He just kind of beat around the bush a little bit on it. Here's Blondie with some celebrity cyber sleaze. What's going on?
I thought we were doing Facebook stuff.
How many times have we said it? 7 and 8 we're doing celebrity
We were
news.
gonna do
How
Butthead.
many times today have we said that?
We were going to do Buttheads, then we were going to do...
No.
You said you were going to hit on the Facebook stuff. Josh, back
we
me
were
up
ready.
here. I got nothing yet.
All right. Okay, never mind. We don't do the celebrity news this part. You did hand me one. Something about Kim Kardashian Twitter poll.
Why do we have to talk about the
We're not doing
Kardashians?
Kardashian
You
news.
handed it to me.
Yeah.
You said more people voted.
Well, I've got her sex toy gift guide for
What?
Valentine's Day.
I don't think we can talk about that,
I
can
think
we?
we can.
Can we, really? It's just that you're not going to talk about the toys, are you? You're going to talk about the guide. But she's got
We're going to talk about the toys.
Exhibit A.
more people were voted. More people voted on this Kim Kardashian Twitter poll than voted in the Iowa caucuses.
I know, weird, right?
This is why America doesn't deserve a better president than Donald Trump, folks. This is what happens.
While we were getting that ready, can you talk about the dice rolling thing at the caucus? Did you see that?
Are you talking? Oh, wait
The
a minute.
what?
Wait, are you talking about the flipping the coins or
The flipping the coin,
Oh,
yeah.
the flipping the coins. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute here. That's on the Democrat side. They didn't do that on the Republican side. And by the way, Hillary ended up a win, and I'll explain that in a minute.
Oh, boy.
But on Monday, Kim Kardashian asked her Twitter followers to vote on which name for Kanye West's upcoming album they like best: Swish, Waves, or So Help Me God. And more than 439,000 people voted, and So Help Me God won, by the way. In the caucuses, 185,000 people participated on the Republican side. 171,000 Democrats showed up. That makes a total of 356,000. And with 439,000 voting for Kanye's new album title, that's why we deserve what we get.
Wow.
And what Josh was alluding to is in some of the precincts, where some of the caucuses, I don't know if they call them precincts, but in some of the caucuses, they ended up with a dead 50-50 tie between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton.
Oh, my God.
And the way they
no.
decided the winner, because you have to pick a winner out of each caucus, I guess, is to flip a coin. Bernie Sanders is probably going to be challenging this in court. He says they're taking a look at it. Somehow, through all of this, Hillary Clinton gets declared the winner by 0.2%.
Yeah.
That's I think it was 0.2, maybe even been 2/100s, but I think it was 0.2%. She is now officially the victor on the Democrat side in the Iowa caucuses. They had a big caucus out there, Blondie.
Caucus. That was the word of the day 2 days ago. What was the word of the day again
You want me to spell the word of the day?
Somebody in Periscope wanted you to spell the word of the day.
I will do that coming up as soon as you're done with that story.
Well, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. What's the date today? The 3rd or the
Third.
4th? Well, the 14th is Valentine's Day, as many of you know. And if you're looking to put a little kink in your Valentine's Day, Kim Kardashian's got your back.
And your front.
And your front and his, too.
And
She posted a
down
sex toy gift guide that's actually pretty affordable for the most part. Here are a few of her naughty selections. Are you ready?
Wait a minute.
They're good.
Do you have, okay, go ahead.
I'm PC over here.
Are we on delay?
Edible candy G-string for
All right.
$10.
All right.
We're worried about double dipping.
Let's F the triple X board game, 10.
All right.
Metallic mesh handcuffs for $11.
Uh-huh.
50 Shades of Grey sweet sting riding crop, $35.
Uh-huh.
There's a snowman shaped
Okay, that's good. Got it.
for $100.
Got it.
A spinning static dancing strip pole for $100.
Static?
We're going to have one of those mounted in
That's
here,
what
by
it
the way.
says.
Like electricity? Like
Wow,
get shocked every
chicka
time you touch
wow, wow. And of course, there's also a $10,000 bottle of I can't even say the name. It's too fancy. Champagne. Ooh, that's the stuff that Beyonce dumps into her jacuzzi in her "Feeling Myself" video. So there you go. Get yourself some Valentine's
it?
gifts.
Was right on the edge.
I was going with
That
the card
story.
and some candy, but whatever.
Today's show, this segment is being brought to you by our supporter, Watchdog Tactical.
She's nasty.
Find
Nasty girl.
find all those gun accessories at Watchdog Tactical's website, WDTactical.com. Free shipping, too, by the way. They even sell some hoodies online. Watchdog Tactical, one of our veteran-owned businesses we like to talk about. It's actually a disabled veteran that owns that business, and he has not only a big base of customers, but he hires all disabled vets to manufacture his products. Quality and dependability you can trust. Watchdog has recently teamed up with a local veteran to expand their presence here in Michigan, and you can find them at WDTactical.com. The founder, combat wounded in Iraq, started his business 2 years ago. And we, by the way, highly endorse them. And if you're one of those folks that got one of those new guns the last year, and there's been just a record run on guns, maybe you need some accessories now. And these beautiful holsters and mag holders, and these are the conceal holsters. These are the good holsters you can use for CCW licensees. And they even sell hoodies online. Go to WDTactical.com. Support our supporters as supporters yourself.
It's a better idea to have a holster than just like sticking it in the pants.
Right.
Because then you're going to shoot
That's
something
never gonna
off
go
one day
right.
and it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Who was the football person they did?
It was, Plaxico Burress.
Yes.
Shot himself in the leg, trying to pull his gun out of the
Dong.
holster. He shot it in the thigh. Hit the gun. The bullet went in
Stick
his
it
thigh.
in his waist.
Yeah.
It.
So anyway, this is your new morning habit, your new morning routine.
Sorry.
JohnnyAndBlondie.com. And hopefully you are telling as many people as you can about it, because we've got to spread the word. There are a lot of people out there that are still asking us, where can I hear you? Apparently they haven't heard about JohnnyAndBlondie.com yet, so make sure you get the word out. We're on every day at JohnnyAndBlondie.com. And if you need help hooking this up to the Bluetooth speakers in your car or to your car stereo, if you don't know how to do that, you can reach out to us. You can Gmail us anytime. JohnnyAndBlondie@gmail.com. And that also goes for anybody who would be a potential supporter of the show. We will promote your business if you will support us, and you can inquire about that, again, at JohnnyAndBlondie, one word, all spelled out, all together, JohnnyAndBlondie @gmail.com. Donald Trump, Blondie handed me this story, of course, finishing second in Iowa, was full of excuses on Twitter afterward.
Of course he was.
But winning Trump wouldn't have tolerated that. Twice he's tweeted, quote, "No one remembers who came in second." See, he was the one who said, if I come in second, and it might be go time. He's the one who predicted he would come in first in all of these things. And now that he's come in second, we're waiting to see how he reacts. But
He's going home.
he is way.
Doesn't mean.
If I'm not mistaken, he's way ahead in New Hampshire. So
Let me check that.
I'm going to double check that, but I think he's ahead in New Hampshire, if I'm not mistaken. So he should do well in this upcoming primary, which is in next week already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not scared about that election, you're wrong. You should be terrified.
scared.
All righty.
It's not good.
It is a Butthead Bulletin Wednesday, so this is when we take a look at the nitwits, the knotheads, and the knuckleheads in the news. And I don't know if this qualifies. This is kind of borderline. Whenever somebody is not really dead, it's not really a butthead. But you think about the funeral directors and the doctors that declared that person dead, and they deservedly get that title, don't they?
They're the buttheads, yeah.
All right. Well, a 92-year-old woman, this happened in Gelsenkirchen, Germany.
Where?
Gelsenkirchen.
Gelsenkirchen.
Pay attention.
Gelsenkirchen, Germany.
Gelsenkirchen, Germany.
Which is not our word of the day. We'll get back to that in a minute. But Gelsenkirchen, Germany, a 92-year-old woman nearly scared a funeral home director to death. She pushed open the lid to her coffin and asked, "Where am I?"
What?
A doctor at a nearby nursing
So no
home.
embalming took place.
Nothing happened, thank God.
Whoa.
Yet. It was a doctor at a nearby nursing home who had mistakenly declared the woman dead, and he is our butthead this morning. And the funeral home came and collected her, and after forcing the funeral director to change his pants, of course, the woman was taken to a hospital where she later did die.
Oh, what a strange
For
turn of
real?
events.
Or at least they're pretty sure she did. They don't know yet.
Better double check that.
That's a lot of phone calls for the family to make in the same day, right?
She's
She's
alive.
dead. No, wait, she's alive. No, wait, she's dead.
My bad. She's dead again.
Of course, the funeral home's relieved because they had already given her room away, so
Wow.
they've got problems going.
Two guys in Texas tried to steal a large safe from a house last week, but they couldn't squeeze it into the back seat of their 2003 Toyota Camry.
Oh, of course.
It's always the Toyotas.
They were still trying to jam it into the car when the cops showed up, and they got arrested for a felony burglary.
They tried to
Nice
put it in the
job,
back seat.
boys.
Yep. A shoplifter in Miramar Beach, Florida, with expensive tastes, tried to make off with more than $2,100 worth of designer clothes on Friday.
Ooh, what kind?
Like El Chapo shirts.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Along the way, police say 27-year-old Brooke Amber Sutton left behind some unusual evidence. Her cell phone.
Oh, come on.
And
Who takes that stuff out
and a puddle of urine
Oh, my God.
in the dressing room.
Oh, God.
Police found her husband's number on the phone. He was all too happy to give them a description of Brooke and her car.
Oh, boy.
The husband's like, yeah, this is my way out. You're in trouble now, lady.
You're in.
Yeah.
You're in.
Pretty sure the husband was tired of her smelling up the house is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm guessing here, getting out of this story. She has to steal clothes, apparently. Obamacare doesn't cover her bladder control meds.
Yeah, and a 31-year-old in New York is facing charges for filing a false police report because he told his girlfriend that 2 guys stole his phone while he was clearing snow on Wednesday. It turns out that he was actually with a hooker, got into a fight with 2 guys, and lost his phone. That's the real story after it came out.
Well, that's a story. Yeah.
The hooker, he paid $40 to hook him, right, obviously. And while he was supposed to be working, then he got into a fist fight with 2 guys and lost his phone. He calls his girlfriend his best friend, and she shouldn't have to be subjected to this
Oh,
kind
my
of story.
God.
And that's your Butthead Bulletin for today.
Run, girlfriend, run.
The nitwits, the knotheads, and the knuckleheads in the news. The Butthead
Bulletins.
Coming up. Go ahead.
My handsome son-in-law, Chris Opperman,
Yes.
who works at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, said he would like to be your resident expert for pairing the phones to the Chrysler radios if you'd like. So if you need help in listening to us while you're on your way to work, give me a ring-a-ding-ding, and I'll put you in touch with Chris.
Just stop in at Schaefer Beer Line and ask for Chris.
Absolutely. No, you asked for my handsome son-in-law, Chris Opperman.
It's going to be real weird if I walk in there and say, can I ask for Blondie's handsome son-in-law?
No, do it.
Hi, you're on the JohnnyAndBlondie.com show. Good morning.
Hello.
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 What's going on?
Hello, Johnny. This is Mr. Pillsworth from Key North down here in Oxford watching you on Periscope.
Hi.
It's Rob. How you doing,
Hi,
Rob?
Rob.
Rob and Linda Pillsworth, good friends and supporters of the Johnny Burke Children's Foundation and the Krabby Clam and Lobster Fest and Cheeseburger in Caseville. And he's in Florida right now enjoying the warm weather.
No. We
He's
got
in
back,
Oxford.
and we were watching you down there. And we're watching you right now, and we're in Addison Township, which is East Oxford, north of Rochester.
Right.
This Periscope's great.
Yeah, isn't
It
it
is,
fun?
isn't it?
You guys look good. Blondie looks good. You look good. It's exciting because we can watch you now.
It is.
So we got to brush our hair every day now.
We have to wear clothes.
So I'm coming up to see you guys on Friday at Zinder's. Not Zinder's, but
At Bronner's?
you're doing. I'm going to drive up there. It's 9 o'clock is it, or 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock in the morning.
Beautiful.
Yeah, come on up
Oh
and join us.
yeah. Maybe I could pick some hitchhikers up on 75.
You got to watch Rob.
Hey, their
man.
votes.
Thank you,
Well,
Rob.
we'll see you up there, and just keep the good work up, and we certainly want to support it, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about. I think you need to keep growing this idea. I think this is the future.
I think
We
you may be
are.
right.
And
Keep in
it
mind-
just, it makes it a lot easier for you. You just have to shower and sit right down.
That's
we
right.
want to come back to Cheeseburger in Caseville.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got our winter carnival coming up on the 12th, and maybe you guys can come up for that. But yeah, we'll see you on Friday.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
All right, Rob. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. And be easy on Donald now.
Do you like the Donald?
Well, the thing about it is, we've got to, I'll tell you how much I like him. I was down yesterday at the INS office.
Right.
I'm becoming an American. I've been over here forever. I'm a Windsor
Yeah, he's
guy,
a Canadian Jew,
And I
is
said,
what he
I gotta
is,
vote for the
folks.
guy. We
Yeah.
need jobs. I saw this happen
Yes,
in
we do.
Canada. We can't let all our jobs leave the country for whatever reasons. I know he sounds radical, but we need to pull some of these jobs back,
I
and so
hear
we
that.
need to negotiate, and
All right.
we just can't keep sending all our jobs out, and because we're so automated now, we can do things so well that I think he might be the man of the hour. He has to tune it back a little bit
Thank you, Rob.
and count 10 before he speaks.
I agree.
It's like
know
you
what
and
I mean?
me. Like you and me, Rob. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, we'll see you Friday. Thanks.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
Rob.
Blondie.
Bye,
Rob,
honey.
He's one of the kings of Caseville. Rob
He
has
is, yeah.
the Key North Surf Shop in Caseville. For those of you who are looking for buying all that party stuff, he has all the funky hats and wigs. And then he has some cool stuff in there, too. He's got ladies' purses and wonderful purses in there.
How do you know they're wonderful?
You bought a lot of them, have you?
Yeah, my wife, I've gotten several from my wife over the years. And
I
my
don't remember
my
getting
sister.
a purse from you.
Don't even start
Oh,
again.
whatever.
You might want to
You
come
go
up
up
there.
there.
Yeah, I go up there and work. You stay at the station and go, I can't make
Because
it.
somebody's got to run
Bring
the
me some
board.
freebies.
Somebody's got to run the board.
So-
while you're up there drinking and macking
Yeah.
like a fool.
We're going this
Today,
We'll go this year.
Okay, this year we'll go.
Blondie has brought me some information on the upcoming New Hampshire primary, and the latest that actually doesn't have that much on here for me to work on here, Blondie.
Come to find out.
This doesn't have anything. No, this is not going to help me. Anyway, in New Hampshire, we're trying to figure out who's ahead right now, and I'm thinking, if I remember right, that it was Donald Trump was leading the way in New Hampshire. But Ted Cruz has a story to tell after Iowa, as does Marco Rubio.
36% Trump, Cruz 38%, Rubio 14%.
All right, so there you have
overall.
it. So it's the usual suspects then,
Yeah.
right? There's nobody. Is Chris Christie doing well there? Because I would think New Hampshire would have Chris Christie doing well because he's from that neck of the woods. But Chris Christie, the
He's
Jeb
not
Bush.
been doing well.
Here's some stats for you. Jeb Bush has had more money to spend on this election, and he spent more than Trump. He spent more than, I think, Clinton or Sanders, of course.
He could be God himself in here. Nobody's going to vote for a Bush back in office.
Nobody. Is so bad. It is so bad. He only got 3% of the vote in Iowa. You do the math.
Wow.
He spent $25,000 per vote.
Whoa.
He'd have a better return
What?
on investment advertising here.
He
honestly.
would be better off.
Exactly.
He would be better off going to each person's house that wants to support him and buying him a new car.
Wow.
Than what he spent on.
You get a car. You get a car.
Exactly. And the
you get a
ads,
car.
what these guys sent out, I was talking to some friends of mine that do political websites and stuff, and they were in Iowa. They said that there was like 70 to 100 flyers per house had been sent out, and they were beautiful, these unbelievable pieces with 3D effects on them. And you open it up, and it expands like a dice will pop up out of the mailer, a three-dimensional die. And so you're taking, and it'll have a different candidate's picture, and you're taking your chances by rolling the die on these guys, stuff like
Right.
that. Real fancy mailers and laser cut stuff and all this weird stuff. They spend millions and millions and millions of dollars. There's only like 300,000 people voting in the state.
Really?
I mean, just a ton of money left behind in Iowa for those 300-some thousand votes in total. And that's like 150 on the one side and 160 on the other side or whatever it turns out to be. So it's politics and money. Oh, man, it's just gotten crazy. All right, for those of you who want to know the weird word of the day and how to spell it, the word is laparohysterosalpinguophorectomy. Laparohysterosalpinguophorectomy.
Selping goo.
Spelled LAPROHYSTEROSALPINGOOO, believe it or not, 3 O's, PHORECTOMY.
Nailed it. I got it. I thought I spelled it right, but I needed you to double
It's
check
like
it
every
for me.
word of every letter of the alphabet in there, I think.
It is the
Supercad, yeah.
surgical removal of the female reproductive organs.
Of everything.
Of everything.
So
Yeah,
it's a
massive
total
hysterectomy.
hysterectomy.
Yeah, total. I think so. I mean, I'm not sure that I'm not missing something, because why wouldn't they just call it a total hysterectomy? Don't know.
Don't know.
All right. Go to the Johnny and Blondie Facebook fan page today. Let's check some of those out. The question we asked on Facebook today, what is the strangest thing about where you grew up? And, of course, for Blondie, it was, well, you lived in the thumb, so you didn't have electricity or phones, right? So,
Yes, we did too.
no. I do remember the strangest thing about where I grew up, but it has to do with the time that I grew up, because it was in the early 60s. I grew up in Wickliffe, Ohio, and we didn't have to dial the extension. You would just dial the four numbers at the
party
end,
lines
at the end of your number. So my number was 946-6288, or Whitney. Actually, it was 944 Whitney 4
I don't remember that
6288.
stuff.
But we just dial 6288 to get from one phone to another.
Those were the good old days.
That's the old days. But that wasn't so strange about my particular place in the country, because, frankly, a lot of communities were like that up until phones got to be a little bit more prevalent, and they did away with party lines and those things. But some of you people can chime in on our Johnny and Blondie live page today on Facebook, and that puts you in a drawing for some prizes from Studio 57, the hair nail massage place in Clio on West Vienna Road, and from the Old City Hall restaurants here in Bay City. We're going to give you a gift certificate to their 3 restaurants, which are Old City Hall, American Kitchen, and Tavern 101.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 places you can use that gift certificate, and we'll mail those out to you if you're randomly chosen from everybody who answers us on the Johnny and Blondie Facebook fan page.
I don't know what I had strange growing up in my childhood, except that John Wayne Gacy worked at a place that I worked at for a while with my mom. And we had I'm trying to rack my brain here. Was it the Oklahoma bombing?
Yeah. In 1990,
Yeah.
91.
The Nichols brothers lived
Yeah,
there.
the Nichols. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're from
Say
the
that
Thumb.
did not happen in the Thumb. It happened in Oklahoma.
Yeah, but the
No,
Nichols
those guys
brothers,
were there from there, yeah.
Timothy McVeigh spent a lot of time in
Yes.
the Thumb with them, the Nichols, at
Absolutely.
their farm out there in
Not
the
far
Thumb.
from where I lived.
In Deckerville, right?
Julian said
Or
she
Decker.
grew up in Crystal Falls. Decker. She grew up in Crystal Falls, home of the Humongous Fungus Festival. Are you kidding me? Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, it said Bad Axe. The name itself explains it. That's what Kimberly said.
Bad
I'm
Axe.
from Bad Axe.
Barb said she grew up in Bay County, 1.25 miles from the town of Crump. Oh, who hasn't been to Crump?
Right.
Where the hell is Crump?
We've been there on the Shake Hands tour.
Have we?
Yeah.
Their landline phone was a single party line until they were in high school. Then they got the neighbor and party line. Crump is now considered a ghost town. That's probably why I don't know it.
Yeah.
I grew up in Bay County, 1/4 mile from the... Oh, that's the one. I'm sorry.
Say one.
Yeah, I got to say
Yeah.
one. I'm a dummy. One lady said she lived in a funeral home. Which
That's
is
the one I
absolutely
was just now
terrifying.
looking at. Well,
Yeah.
that's like living in my house right now.
Living in a funeral. You know, I often thought about that. There was a big funeral home in Frankenmuth that recently converted back to being a regular home. Who
Yeah.
do you sell that to?
I'm not living in that.
Who do you sell that to?
If anybody wants to buy a house in Munger, let me know.
I grew up in Columbiaville listening to Johnny Burke back in 1978, said Kimberly Mays.
When she was a little girl, she started
Yeah.
listening to you.
Well, in 80, she would have been listening because I wasn't there in 78. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Kimberly.
Charlene grew up in Wyandotte, where there were tunnels under the streets to rivers for use during Prohibition. Oh, that's cool history.
Yeah.
Kelly Jean says she grew up in Bay City. Nothing strange here unless you hang out at Walmart.
And Melissa said she grew up in Ferndale, which is now the setting for the NBC sitcom Undateable. Oh, is it really?
I
I did
love
not know
Undateable.
that.
Do you, that's
Is
a
it
weird
But the
show.
thing is, they're
I've
doing
not seen it.
They're doing all live sitcoms now,
Uh-huh.
so it's completely live. There's
Live
Saturday
sitcoms?
Night Live feel to it because they'll be doing something, they ad lib, and then somebody will start making them laugh. I didn't really care for the show season 1 because it wasn't all live.
Oh, I'm gonna
Now
have to Hulu
season
it.
2, it's all live, and you get an East Coast and a West Coast version. And remember, oh my goodness, what's her name? She had her own show. It's Whitney. You remember Whitney?
Yeah, Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings.
Right.
She started to be on the show as well, and the live feature of that show is what sells that show. I love
I'm
it.
going to have to watch it on Hulu.
It's 8:24.
Good morning, Bay City. Vinny Boom Boom Cappuccino. Let's talk sports. In the NBA, Boston beat New York 97-89. Houston blew Miami away like Donald Trump's comb over in a wind tunnel, 115-102. It was Toronto 104, Phoenix 97. Portland stopped Milwaukee 107-95. The Lakers beat Minnesota 119-115. In college hoops, Indiana stuffed Michigan 80-64. Last night's NHL action saw Toronto skating past Boston 4-3. The Nets slipped past the Rangers in a game tighter than Oprah's bread-eating workout shorts, 3-2. The Islanders whipped Minnesota 5-3. Philly 4-2 winners over Montreal. Other winners were Pittsburgh, Florida, St. Louis, Dallas, Chicago, Edmonton, LA, and Anaheim. There's your sports. I'm Vinny Boom Boom Cappuccino, and that's all I know for now. Oh!
And now, here's Johnny. Wait, that's already been used, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And by the way, where's that all
What's
coming?
happening?
Is that coming from there? All right. We have our friend Jeff Lamb, who does a radio show down in Toledo, has sent and I obviously that's what was playing in the background. Pet names for genitalia, but it's a video.
Oh,
so
geez.
well, you were talking about schmeckles and things like that earlier.
Kim Kardashian's Valentine's gift list.
And so he sent a list of pet names. The immediate reaction we get from people and sending us this filthy stuff is just cracking me up. Yesterday, Blondie got pictures of
Oh my
body parts.
God, Stop it. I'm
By the
not
way,
interested.
ladies, Josh and I haven't gotten any pictures.
No, just check my Facebook. Got nothing.
Disgusting.
People are very concerned about that we haven't come up with a name for the listeners yet.
We're still working on that. I liked Renegades, but it was one of the things we had talked about.
We're getting a lot of people saying jaundice.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
What is the disease? What is the thing that kids get when they're born? That's jaundice, right?
Jaundice, yeah.
Jaundice.
It's so close.
The
that
other,
it
yeah,
doesn't-
plus, yeah.
All right, let's decide by Friday we'll come up with a name.
We've got the list.
Yeah.
You guys have been sending us great emails on that. We'll go through them all. We'll make some. What we'll do, maybe we'll narrow it down to 5 and let you vote on it on Friday.
there you
We'll
go.
vote on it on Facebook. How's that sound? All right. So we'll do something like that on Facebook Friday, and then that'll give you a chance to win some prizes. We'll give you guys some prizes for voting, stuff like that. Dogs.
I
You have a
love
dog?
dogs.
I do. I have a Jack Russell. He's part Jack Russell, part jackass.
I was good. Well, any Jack Russell's part jackass.
Yeah.
The dogs. Anybody who owns a dog, and most of you have had at least experience with dogs, know that they know your mood.
Yes.
You've noticed this?
Yeah.
They've done a study on this. Dogs seem to know when they've been bad. You know how, for instance, if they leave a mess and you come in the door,
They automatically
They
just
put
go
their
away
head
from you.
down.
right?
Yeah.
They get it from your eyes. They're getting it from your eyes.
Oh,
a new
really?
study reveals
It wasn't from the, what did you do?
they have a unique way of dealing with angry humans. They avoid that eye contact. Researchers from the University of Helsinki trained 31 dogs to sit in front of a video screen without any human interaction. They used eye gaze technology to demonstrate how
Really?
dogs view the emotional expressions of fellow canines and human expressions as well. And what they came up with, the dogs were shown images of threatening, pleasant, and neutral expressions of both dogs and humans for up to 1.5 seconds each. The dogs were found to usually look at the eyes first and to study them longer than the nose or mouth areas. The animals also then spent less time studying the angry faces of humans compared to the faces of angry dogs. Researcher Sandy Somte explained the tolerant behavior strategy of dogs towards humans may partially explain the phenomenon. But what they're saying is that they look at your eyes, they can tell you're mad, and then they look away from you, and they won't look back at you.
Right, they don't do that.
And if you'll notice, dogs do that.
Yeah, they do.
It's a pretty amazing story. You can read about it on the internet. Just look up the study. It was the University of Helsinki dog eye contact study, I guess is what you would call it.
I don't think my dog's smart enough to figure that out. I really don't.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't.
Jack Russells are supposed to be one of the smarter dogs.
Well,
aren't
I
they?
got the dumb one. My dumb dog gets the ball stuck underneath the couch and then decides that he could get the ball if he just tears through the couch to get it. So we are on couch number 4 in the last 2 years.
Oh, that would make me mad.
But the kid loves the dog. I could care less. I'd like to let the dog, run on a long leash.
Right.
But no.
Oh, the boy likes it.
Jack Russells, though, I mean, they're
They're
high
hyper
maintenance.
dogs.
Yeah, those are high maintenance dogs, aren't they?
He can jump and look at you eye level from the ground.
Yeah.
Just boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
You remember then Dr. Doolittle, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw
Yeah.
the ball,
Right,
throw
right,
the ball.
right.
That's my dog.
Coming up on 8:30 here on the JohnnyAndBlondie.com website. Also seen on Periscope, Facebook, although we're not really streaming anything on Facebook today, are we? We
No.
just did a tease at the beginning of the show and let people know that we're on. We're going to be using the video in different ways. The audio is the best place to get us, JohnnyAndBlondie.com, to listen to the show every morning and not be distracted. We had, initially when we started this thing on Periscope, a lot of complaints from people that they'd forgotten what they were doing because they'd sit there and watch us.
Oh,
and forget
shoot, I got to go to work.
They got to go to work.
I talked to a lady who said that she would lay at the Spirit game. As a matter of fact, she said she would lay in bed and watch the Periscope, and then all of a sudden she's like, I went 2 days and I didn't take a shower in the morning because I was too late. She's like, it was 6:30, or it was like 7:30, 7:45, and then now I can't take a shower. I'm like, well, you
That's
should shower, lady. That's
funny.
Yeah, we want to thank you for that dedication, but don't screw up your life over it, okay? Here, it's 8:30 right now, so let's check the weather forecast first for you, as we do every quarter hour here on the JohnnyAndBlondie.com morning show.
morning fog today, cloudy and windy this afternoon, high in the mid-40s. Tonight, cloudy with a few flurries. There's snow showers possible, low around the upper 20s. Tomorrow, cloudy, high in the low 30s. And looking forward to Friday, cloudy skies becoming partly cloudy skies later in the day, high around 55. Flint dropping just a little bit to 48. The Tri-City's still holding at 45.
And some headlines now as well, Josh. Do you have the headlines, the major headlines of the news
What's
today?
going on?
Well, health officials confirmed the first sexually transmitted, is it Zika or Zika?
Zika.
The Zika case in Texas, the first in the U.S. that we've seen.
Yeah,
Is
this
this
was
the
supposed
mosquito thing? What
It's
is this?
supposed to be spread by mosquitoes, but this was spread through sexual contact, so now they're getting real worried about this being a pandemic.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Also, a dog missing for 3 days, found buried alive, and an internet giant to axe 1,600 jobs in major restructure.
Go
so
back
all of those.
to the dog
Yeah,
story.
that's all I have is dog missing for 3 days, found buried alive.
Oh,
so
my
these are just
He's alive,
headlines.
though. He's alive.
He's alive now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
These are just
breathe.
headlines that you can Google things that are going on in the country that you might want to be on the up and up about.
This Zika virus primarily affects pregnant women. For the rest of us, it's a mild cold or flu. But
So what you're saying is don't get knocked
Have
out.
you Googled
No.
the pictures? Have you seen the
yes,
pictures?
I've seen the poor babies.
Heartbreaking.
The pregnant women, among the birth defects is one very prominent one that they call, and I'm not slipping my brain right now, but it has to do with a small head. What happens is from the eyebrows up, the head grows very small, and it cramps the brain and causes physical
God.
disabilities as a result, mental disability. So it is a scary thing. And these kids, they're odd-looking kids. There's no other way to put it, because their forehead's about half the size of a normal
They
forehead.
look like old children.
Yeah. So it's a very tragic thing. But so they're telling pregnant women, especially, do not travel to the areas of the world where this is most prominent, which is the Caribbean and South America. So they're telling you if you're pregnant, or you think you might get pregnant, or you might be pregnant, or you're of childbearing age even, and you're sexually active, you probably
I'm
should
out.
stay away from those areas.
There's lots of on the cruise ships right now. They're having meetings about it. If you're pregnant and what you should do and things you should wear to not get bit.
Yeah. It's called the Zika virus. It's 8:33 here on the morning show right now. Here are 5 annoying things people do and the scientific explanations for why we do them.
Okay.
Constantly clearing your throat. You know people like this. Do it all the time. I do it fairly often, but not as often as people who have a habit of doing it. And it happens when the membrane of your... Stop. It happens when the membrane... Somebody smack her. It happens when the membrane of your upper respiratory tract gets inflamed, and it's usually a sign of allergies. If it happens year-round, you might be allergic to something in your house, like dust mites or something.
Or your wife.
Or your wife.
It's probably the dust.
Oversharing on Facebook is another annoying habit that science is attempting to explain here. Researchers at
There's certain people that just share everything.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, seriously,
Yeah.
dude?
And some of it, it's funny as
You
it
have a
comes.
life.
It's like sometimes it's people that do have lives, and you're wondering why did they all of a sudden come up with this Facebook habit of having to share their dessert and they're
Yeah.
leaving work, and now they're arriving at work, and they're coming home. And
I don't care what you had for dinner.
But oversharing, researchers at Harvard used an MRI and found that when people answered questions about themselves, the reward centers of their brain lit up. In other words, talking about yourself makes you feel good. Well, that's no big surprise, but how does that transfer to Facebook? I guess
don't
it's more talking about yourself and another avenue for doing that, I guess. Biting your fingernails or fidgeting. They say those habits tend to be a sign of anxiety, and a recent study found that you're more likely to do it if you're a perfectionist.
Oh,
None of us here
we're
got that
out.
problem.
We're out.
All right, here's my wife. I always call her, whenever she does this, I call her over-obnoxious, loud sneezer.
What?
You know those people that you're in the middle of somewhere, it could be church even, and all of a sudden the loudest... They say that
Seriously?
that has scientists are attempting to explain that. They say it has to do with how strong your
Attention
abdominal
seeking.
muscles are, how big your windpipe is, and how much air your lungs can hold. And some people also just naturally use more muscles when they
Oh,
sneeze.
please. It's for attention.
Sometimes I like to put my hand really close to my face when I
Yeah.
do it, so it just comes out like, you know.
Ouch!
It's so much fun.
You get
Do
all
it
the
once.
goo on there. Then
No, it's not real gooey. And you can wash your hands afterwards, but the sound it makes, I'll do it someday for you. It'll be fun.
What, Skippy?
The last two
Looking
things you
forward
just
to it.
described are things that I do.
You do the loud sneezing?
I do loud sneezing, and I fidget, and I move a lot. I can never sit still.
Yeah. Well, you're apparently
Really annoying.
an anxious kid, and you're a perfectionist, and you're annoying. Yeah.
This is funny. When Charlie starts to sneeze, he'll go, hing, hing. I'm like, wait for it, hing. But there's always 3. They always come in 3s.
Yeah. These are the 5 annoying habits explained by science, and you know what they call number 5?
What?
Blondie. Now,
What the what?
no, it's called road rage,
Oh,
which
that's
is
me.
Blondie. Her picture's right next to it.
Hand in the air.
This has to do with how territorial you are. Some people subconsciously see their car as an extension of themselves, and when somebody screws with your car, they're screwing with you.
No, I just want you to do the effing speed limit at least.
In
Or
fact-
get out of my way!
They said, in fact, a study at Colorado State recently found that people who put bumper stickers on their car are more likely to have road rage.
Don't have
People
those.
with bumper stickers are jerks.
Yeah, well, some of them
Who
make
has
some
bumper
sense. You know, if
stickers
I'm
anymore?
promoting something like an upcoming festival or something, I get that. But the ones that drive me a little nutty, I'll tell you one, period, coexist.
Yeah.
That one
What?
is like a sign to me that you're a tool. Okay?
Coexist.
You have coexist on your bumper sticker, you're a tool. And by the way, most of the time it's on a Prius. You notice that?
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
what are
Another
the
sign
number
that you're a
ones?
tool. Huh?
The number ones, they say like 20.2 or 14.6.
Those are marathoners.
I don't have one, obviously.
Those are
either.
marathoners. Half marathon is 13. I'm going to get this wrong, so people who are marathoners are going to yell. But what's the 20.1?
I don't know.
I think it's 20.6
Bridget Luby from Catholic Federal.
and it's 13.3 or something like. Yeah, Bridget, if you're on listening to us or watching us, you can tell us.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
But the one I think it's 13.1 is a half marathon. 26.2 is a full. I think.
Wouldn't know.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
We're not going to do any of them, so why are we bothering?
Anyway, so if you see a little circle in the back window, they're just bragging that they're physically fit and you're not.
That could be a great Facebook question for tomorrow, though.
What is that?
The best bumper sticker you've seen. Because this guy
Could
just
be.
said PETA, P-E-T-A, people eating tasty animals. Who in the world is calling me at a
calling
time like
us
this?
on your phone up?
I'm on Periscope.
It's on our Periscope phone, and somebody's calling Josh.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, you may want to get another
Bill,
phone
hang up the phone.
for Periscope. It's 8:37 here on the morning show.
Lost connection.
Andrew Dotson's in the house from M Live. They're going to be interviewed on M Live. And speaking of M Live, we have a special guest coming in Friday morning. Gonzo from M Live is going to be here.
all righty.
His specialty are those eating challenges that are turning up at restaurants, and he
Let's bring
enters.
some food as we can do it.
You know, I don't know if he's going to bring food with him or not, but he should because we could do an eating challenge here in the studio with him. He has
Maybe
done.
like pizza rolls or something.
Yeah, I don't know that they have one of those at any of the restaurants, but he does the ones where they say, you know, if you eat this 5-pound meatloaf, you can, you know, you don't have to pay for it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to him about his particular blog. He does this as a hobby and as a job at the same time. So we'll talk with him coming up Friday morning when he is our special guest here on the morning show.
Hobby and a job. That usually means you don't get paid a lot. That's what I
Which
really
is
love
what
it,
we're
though.
doing.
It's not about the money.
Well, this is a lifestyle for this guy from what I've been able to glean off of the internet from him. Do you park further away to avoid tough parking spaces? You and I talked about trucks and trying to park trucks in mall parking lots the other day. and
Charlie does this.
It's impossible.
He'll park like out in BFE, and I'm like, what? Well, we need the exercise. I'm like, no, you need the exercise. Drop me off at the door.
But the thing is that these big trucks that they're selling now, and you notice, by the way, that they're not
the big
selling
ones,
two-door trucks anymore at
Yeah.
all.
Right.
There's like hardly any two-door trucks out there
Right.
anymore. They're all four-door. So then the guy gets it with the long bed,
Yeah.
and he's got the four-door truck. Good luck parking that in a mall parking lot.
Right.
So people are what they're doing. A new survey found about 1 in 4 people say they will now park further away to avoid having to do that, to drive down those aisles and park. The survey also found that 28, well, first of all, people would rather walk a little more than do things like parallel park as well.
I don't mind parallel
As
parking.
squeezing into it. I don't mind parallel parking either, but some people have a problem with it. Backing into a spot is another thing I like to do, but again, with those trucks, it becomes a tough thing
Right.
to do. So people, they say, would rather walk a little more than do those things. And they found 28% of people said they really are bad at parallel parking.
Yeah.
25% are bad at backing into spaces, and 17% even have trouble doing a basic three-point turn. So 20% of people secretly believe they would fail their driving test if they had to take it again today. I have a daughter-in-law who can't stop running over those cones, and I keep reminding her, those are kids.
Yeah.
Those cones are kids.
That's not good.
You know, and I'm going to teach you one more time how to park this car. And it just doesn't register with her. She cannot do the parallel parking thing.
I used to have a little BMW, and it was a great little car. It was like spotless, and I used to park out kind of away from people because every time I would park in a parking lot, somebody would ram their car into my car, or they would ram their door into my car. And every time I walked out, I got the one jerk that would park right next to me. There's 100 parking spots,
Yep.
and that jerk parks right next to my car.
I hate that.
This lady on Periscope said that she can't hear us over her kids. It seems like your problem.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can't do anything about that.
Duct tape will help with that.
Here's a story we've been holding on to it for a couple of days, which I found kind of interesting. You ever remember the old Mayberry RFD, or maybe it was just one of the original Andy Griffith show, Citizens Arrest, Citizens Arrest, when Barney was running down the street, Gomer was running down the street to arrest Barney. for driving too fast or
Yep.
something. I don't remember what it was. Well, a woman actually did this.
I saw this.
This happened in Miami, Florida.
Oh, yeah, this is all over the news.
A cop blew by Claudia Castillo going 80 without his lights and siren on, and she decided to pull him over.
Everybody knows you don't mess with Claudia, too.
She caught.
Well, there's two sides to this story.
She caught the whole stop on video as she chewed him out for driving over twice the speed limit. The officer didn't think he was going over the speed limit. Still, the videos have gone viral on YouTube, and the Miami Police Department say they're going to actually investigate. By the way, the woman was not an older lady like you would expect in Florida. She was a younger lady. And by investigate, they mean to follow this woman's every move for the next 2 years and write her up for every little thing they did. But they are saying they're going to investigate.
He sped by her and moved her car, and he was going faster and faster. So she thought, well, I'm going to catch him at this. She started her phone. She was up to 80 to 85 to 90 miles per hour to catch him on video, and finally got him to pull over. What are you doing?
Yeah,
First of all, a guy in a police car, how do you know he's not on his way to a scene
Was he
somewhere?
in a
Well, he
police
didn't
car?
have the lights on.
Yes, he was in a police car.
Yeah, but he didn't have the
That
lights
doesn't
flashing.
matter. You don't know where he's on his way to.
Right.
And not only that, you idiot, were doing this 80, 95 miles an hour.
To check her down.
What is wrong with you?
And she was flashing her lights at him,
And he pulled over because he thought she was in trouble.
yeah, he said, I thought she needed assistance, and so I pulled over. And the video,
I have to see both sides of it.
I have mixed feelings.
I have come across police officers who are clearly speeding. Not my business. You might be on your way to something, but if you're going to pull me over for speeding, 5 over or whatever,
I saw one.
what are you doing?
I saw one texting on the road the other day. He was texting on his phone as he was driving.
Are you
There's
serious?
no reason for you to text. I understand the driving fast. There's no reason for you to
Right.
text. So I pulled out my phone too and started texting.
no, you can get arrested for that. You know.
Well, he can't.
All right, we just got a
Yeah,
couple
I
of
see
minutes.
both sides to that story.
We have the Facebook drawing coming up here in about 5 minutes, so get in on it right now by telling us on the Johnny and Blondie Live Facebook page today what it is that's unique or strange about your hometown or where you grew up. All right, and we've come in across a couple of pretty interesting ones. You know, I just thought about one. It's not where I grew up; it was where my high school was, in
Which
Cleveland.
was?
In Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
It's Cleveland St. Joe's. Off of the back of Cleveland St. Joe's is Lake Erie. It's right on the shore, and there are actually tunnels that go out into Lake Erie. Underneath Lake Erie, there are these salt tunnels that are
Salt tunnels?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. In Cleveland, Ohio, they mine a lot of salt under
Oh.
Lake Erie.
Didn't know that.
And that's kind of unique, I think, and that's something that I don't think a lot of people know. But they're salt mines, and they're actually underneath the Lake Erie in the city of Cleveland area. So that's kind of unique, I guess, to my home area anyway. So we'll have a drawing from there in just a minute. We're going to give away Studio 57 Clio haircut, and we're going to give away the Old City Hall gift
Actually,
certificates.
it's Downtown Restaurant Investments is the name of the group. They own Old City Hall, American Kitchen, and Tavern 101.
I love all three of the restaurants.
I have yet to be at Tavern 101. We got to get over there.
Oh,
but
we've been there a couple of times.
the other two places are two of my favorite spots in Bay City. And Bay City has a lot. For those of you who watch us from elsewhere, Bay City, Michigan is just filled with great restaurants.
Oh, they
in
are.
this little block here, you know, we're in walking distance from
Yeah.
the Riverfront Grill at the
Yep.
DoubleTree,
Right.
which is a great place to eat. I don't know if you've done that.
No.
Tavern 101, American Kitchen, Gatsby's, Mulligan's, Old City Hall. Everywhere here in downtown Bay City has great food.
Charlie and I do not do chain restaurants anymore. When we go out for our date night, it's always right here in downtown Bay City because there's so many local restaurants that are awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That's true, and that's what I've always enjoyed about
And
Bay
if we have a
City.
drink, we can just crawl 8 minutes home.
But I always ask the question,
Yeah.
how the hell do they survive? How is it that
Well,
a
they're
city
always full.
like this, a city this size, can have 40 restaurants that are all surviving and doing well?
I'm not sure, but they're always full.
You go to Saginaw, you're lucky if there's a half dozen.
Yeah.
And it's just, and Saginaw's a bigger city. So it's always amazed me
They do it
how
right.
popular they
Well,
are.
there's
there.
places in town here like the Real Seafood Company.
Yeah.
Right? People are driving from all over the area to
Yeah.
get to the Real Seafood Company here
Yeah.
in Bay City. And if they're busy, if they're packed, then you go somewhere else. The restaurant owners here in Bay City seem to work together really well. And it's not about just one restaurant, and it's about just bringing people to Bay City to eat at these restaurants.
By the way, as we mentioned these, none of these are advertisers. But if you're in any of these restaurants, make sure you tell them you heard us talking about them
Right.
on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. That's what your job is. What we're trying to do is reinvent the wheel here. This is something brand new.
Yeah.
Internet radio, doing a show that's popular and hopefully supported monetarily so that we can continue the show on the internet is unheard of. And in order for this to happen, you 13,000 people that we currently have following us, and that number is growing, need to share this information with others. Let people know we're on, and that the new morning addiction, the new morning habit for everybody, the new morning routine should be JohnnyAndBlondie.com, and you can get it in your cars by taking your smartphone and hooking it
Way
up
of the future.
to your car speakers. So tell 5 people every day about us. You can either do that by emailing them, Facebooking them, doing whatever, or sharing any of our Facebook videos or anything we have running on Facebook. Share it with 5 of your friends who are not already liking us. And then the other way is to support our supporters. Those are our advertisers. We don't like to call them advertisers because they're really supporters, but we will advertise and promote their businesses in the process. We have a number of them that we want to thank. Blue Thumb Digital, and they're a great social media and internet company that's local here in Michigan, but they are international in scope, and they can help you, and they are unbelievable. These guys are geniuses when it comes to social media. Give Blue Thumb Digital a chance with your small business website or social media needs. Also, our friends at tctmusic.com for wedding music, event music, any kind of music. If you go to tctmusic.com and mention that you heard it on JohnnyAndBlondie.com, you're going to get a half-price wedding drawing that you'll be eligible for. So you could win a half-price wedding package, which is just a little under $450. Their normal package being $895. Wouldn't that be a great gift to somebody getting married in your family?
Yeah, where were they a year ago when all my daughters
When
got
your daughters were
married the
getting
same
married.
year?
And WDTactical.com. These are veteran-owned businesses, by the way. TCTmusic.com. They've been around since the 80s. They've done thousands of weddings. They're very experienced, done a lot of events. And WDTactical.com has accessories for your new guns. Everybody's got guns now. They've got the accessory even that mounts the little mag flashlight underneath the barrel of your gun for a CCW licensee holster that actually carries the mag flashlight with the gun, so you can use it in the dark if you've got a problem in your house at night. That's a pretty neat little accessory. They have mag holders as well. They even sell hoodies there. WDTactical.com. Please help those who are helping us so that we can continue this thing. In a couple of weeks, we have a decision to make whether we're going to do that or not. And the only way it's going to work is if we've got something to pay for our gas to get here every morning. All
Unless
right?
you want to see Johnny and Blondie be in the greeters at your local Walmart.
Which could happen.
I'm happy with that.
I would not be against that.
Me either.
You know me and talking to people, right? I mean, this is
wanna
what we
hire
do.
me?
The point is to get them in there to shop.
Yeah.
Not just
That's
stick 'em
right.
at the-
Not just
Let me
to
tell
sit
you
up.
a story about happened in
I got a great
Louisiana.
joke for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got some office gossip for you. So anyway, yeah, we really need your support to keep this thing going. It has been phenomenal so far. We're very grateful for what we've got.
A lot of people say that they're out of town and they can't help. You can help, absolutely, because this is being heard all over the state, all over the country.
All over the world.
All over the world. But more importantly, if you live, a guy said he lived in Owasso and he couldn't really get out to any of these places, just write on their Facebook, hey, I heard Johnny and Blondie talking about you this morning on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. That's all you have to do.
Or order your accessories at WDTactical.com. It's a website anyway. You can live anywhere, yeah. All right, just make sure you tell them that you heard it here because we've got to make sure that they know that what they're doing for us is not going unrewarded. All righty, tomorrow is a Thursday show. That means Thursday trivia and some impossible trivia questions will come up with some prizes to give away tomorrow morning.
Are we going to get to use the Dumb Ways to Die song? Because I worked really hard to get that in the
We
system.
didn't have a Dumb Ways to Die story today. We didn't have a Dumb Ways to Die. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
We're using that as a theme for the stories on Butthead Bulletin Wednesday that involve death because of the stupidity that was involved. These are.
I love that theme.
And by the way, Dumb Ways to Die is one of the most addictive apps you can get on your phone. Go ahead and download it. You will kill me later.
Dumb ways to
You thought
die.
Angry Birds was ridiculous? Wait till you do this.
Dumb Ways to Die. It's a fun thing. But it started off as a public service program in Seattle, I think, or it was one of Portland, Oregon, or Seattle, or maybe it was even in another country. But they were having problems with people doing stupid things around their subway trains. So they did these cool cartoons about how people can die by, dumb ways to die, and one of them included, falling in front of the subway train or trying to get on a train when it's starting to move or things like that. And it was a public service campaign that ran in the subway terminals. But it got so popular that they had to make it even bigger. And people are doing memes of this. They're doing acted out videos of it on YouTube, Dumb Ways to Die, where kids will act out the dumb ways to die.
That seems smart.
It's hilarious stuff. And then, of course, now it's become an app, a game that you can play on your your smartphone, and it is terribly addicting.
I think it was Australia, the place you're thinking
I think
of.
you're right. Melbourne. That's where it was. It was the Melbourne subway system that started this, I believe. So anyway, Dumb Ways to Die. Look it up on your smartphone. You will kill me for it later, like I said. All right, we're going to leave here shortly, but I wanted to do a drawing. While Blondie's getting that drawing ready, quick 2 reminders of places you can support us in the upcoming 2 days. Tomorrow, 5 till 7 in the evening after work. Don't go home. Come to Vino Wine Warehouse on Midland Street in Bay City. A special goodbye, hello, or what are you calling this show, Blondie? This special party?
We're back, bitches.
Yeah. Kids don't repeat Aunt Blondie. Just laugh at her.
The kids walk in the first hour and they're like, "We're back, bitches!" Heard it on Blondie.
So Vino Wine Warehouse is where it's at. We're going to have wine sampling, dollar tapas. That's the appetizers. From 5 until 7 after work tomorrow, Vino Wine Warehouse, Midland Street, Bay City. And then on Friday morning, between 10 and 10:30, you need to sign in to support me as I attempt to get $1,000 for the Johnny Burke Children's Foundation to help kids in mid-Michigan at the Hot Shot Local Media Celebrity Archery Contest for Charity, the world's longest name for a promotion. And it's held Friday morning, February 5th, 10 a.m., south entrance inside of Bronner's. And if you come out there, you just sign up as a supporter of me. Stick around because we got refreshments for you. It's a lot of fun to watch this. It's a real fun, short event. It lasts like 20 minutes, and you're out of there. And you'll enjoy yourself. It is a fun time. Blondie will be there. You get
And
a chance
there's
to talk to her.
cookies.
Cookies and lemonade and hot chocolate.
You get to see actually the floor of Bronner's, which is pretty
Yes.
impressive. If you go there during the Christmas time, you don't ever see the floor.
That's too many people.
But you'll get to see the floor of Bronner's.
That's right. So these guys will be there. If you want to say hi to Josh, if you've never met him before, and Blondie, and maybe Skippy will come out there with us too.
When is it?
10 a.m. Friday morning.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah,
I
so
have nothing
Skippy
going on
will be out
Friday.
there. Yeah, so that So Skippy will be there Friday morning. Skippy will be there.
I don't know what else you want me to
I
say.
got nothing
man.
else going on.
so
I'll be
sus-
there. Not making
I
popcorn.
guess
or
I could
anything.
change my proctology appointment if you want.
See me on my Periscope. I actually see
Sorry,
it
Skip.
live.
Sorry, Skip. We're just playing with you.
Sure,
man.
my colon will be fine. It's all right.
And by the way, don't be offended, but we are looking for some extra interns. 'Cause
Not
we-
to replace you.
Not to replace
No.
you. A lot of people thought we were getting rid of you. Not at
I
all.
was gonna say I got a couple messages from people last night. They were like, "Are Johnny and Blondie replacing you?"
No.
No,
my
not
first
at
instinct
all.
Was like, the only other person I know that's in there is Josh, and
And
I
I'm
don't
not
No.
taking your
so.
job.
Now, we need
We just
people.
we're over. The three of us cannot keep up with everything, so we're looking for a lot of extra help.
We need
So
help to just give out prizes. We need help for social media observers, people to keep
Go
an eye
through
on
our
the-
email.
watching Facebook while we're
Yeah.
doing the show,
Get
watching
us coffee.
Periscope while we're doing the show, getting coffee.
Run to McDonald's.
Hey man, you buy, I'll fly. It's,
Yeah.
We need a lot of everything, so we're
But
looking for some
we have
interns.
no money, so this is just
That's why the word is intern. Interns never make money.
We are working though for the Periscope people. We placed the order yesterday to get the audio feed right to Periscope.
Yes.
So your Periscope experience is going to be a little better here in the near
Yeah.
future.
Right. And we're going to keep that going for a while, although one of our consultants suggested we use that differently. We're going to use it for a while as we've been
When have we
using
ever
it.
listened to consultants?
Yeah, really,
though?
exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly.
only the boss.
you know what? I've
listens
been
to the
thinking about it for a
consultants.
while, and for the Facebook question of the day, I can't think of a single thing because I just grew up in Frankenmuth. I think the weirdest thing that was in Frankenmuth was me.
Yeah, that's possible.
I've got to agree with that.
Yeah.
I honestly think
Hand
that
in the
was
air
it.
over here.
Well, Frankenmuth has a lot of firsts, though. I mean, you think about Bronner's, that's unique.
Oh yeah. but-
You think about Willie's sausage used to have the most
Willie's
sausages
sausage.
of any. I forgot what the number was, but there were. It no longer can say this, I don't think. But they used to have like 1,000 different types of sausage or whatever, which is some sort of claim to fame.
Blondie has that many in her email, actually.
Yeah, her sausages,
Hey, you want
by
to
the
see
way.
one?
She's been getting sausage pictures.
Stop sending me pictures of your sausage.
But why is it that men do that and women don't do
Oh
it?
my God!
Because women
I'm
are
so
smarter than
grossed
men. That's
out
why.
by it.
Women are classier than men. That's why.
women are more.
Except for maybe your wife and her sister. They seemed a little drunk
They were
this
well.
morning.
They were.
Yeah, what the hell was that about?
They for those of you who weren't listening at the beginning of the show, before the show even started, we got a drunk call from Florida from my wife and her sister who are down there vacation.
Hey, John.
It wasn't even
You
10
can't
a.m.
get drunk off of 7 Bloody Marys, you dummy.
I'm not drunk.
All right, I think we're close. Andrew Dotson's been sitting over there waiting to interview us for 2 hours now. We better get the hell
Poor
off.
guy.
Yeah, you want the Facebook
We,
winner?
We need the winner first, yes.
Robin Hughes of Montrose said that there's not much different about Montrose except for we have a telephone museum. And if you haven't been there, the telephone museum
They
is
do?
really cool in Montrose. Yeah.
Oh, I got to check that
A
out.
telephone museum.
Yeah, I lived in Montrose for a little bit, and there's just like the very first telephone. They have the very first operator
Really?
section where they plug the lines. You know, you called the operator
Right.
and said, I want to talk to Billy over on 3rd Street, and he plugged you in. They've got all that stuff there. It's pretty cool, actually.
Crap, I've been here 35 years. I did not know that.
Well, thanks, Robin.
That's cool.
Robin, you
know
can message the fan page, and we'll get your address and all that good stuff.
We've done something similar to that. As we get closer to summer, we'll do this, and maybe we're going to do our Shake Hands with Michigan tour. We might do a smaller version of that this summer. So we're going to ask you. Thank you, Blondie, for sharing the
Look at it.
the big 12-inch sausage.
Do not show that to her.
So what we're going to do is we'll be asking you not so much what's unique about where you grew up, but we're going to ask you about the unknown treats that we might find in your town.
Sure.
So we will develop from that some places that we might want to visit when we go on our Shake Hands with Michigan tour. So we'll be doing that again.
If we're taking my motorhome, we're going to have to save up a bunch of money because it's going to cost a ton of gas.
We'll take John.
All right, we're going to call. We will Facebook our winner, and we will ask you for your pertinent information so we can mail you your prizes. Your prizes today include a haircut from Studio 57, where they do hair, nails, massage. On Facebook.com, look for Salon Studio 57. They're on West Vienna Road in Clio. And from Old City Hall, the Old City Hall family of restaurants here in Bay City, Michigan, you're going to get a $25 gift certificate to spend at Old City Hall, Tavern 101, or the American Kitchen, any of their 3 great restaurants. Yeah, you got mad because I didn't do
have
it.
to drink. It
I
cost
didn't
me
do anything wrong today.
$2.19.
Well, it's just today.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, and if you're watching us on Periscope, you see this. I think we're off of Periscope now anyway. But
Damn it.
they bought a bottle of Tabasco sauce for us to use whenever I say something about the old radio station. Where I accidentally launch into some old line that I might have used coming out of a song like 95 WABJ, greatest hits of all time or something. I start saying something like that out of habit.
Then we're going to baptism like holy water with Tabasco.
No, you're not. You're not going to stain my clothes. You're going to get it in my mouth.
Putting
where
it in
belongs.
his eye.
Yeah.
You got to
Not in
find
my
something.
eye.
Hold
better
it
than
down,
that.
boys.
Got hot sauce in your eye?
No.
It is horrible. Don't
Have you ever
Why would
taken
you
a
have
shot
it
of
in your eye?
Tabasco?
Yes, I can take a shot of Tabasco.
Oh,
Probably.
let's watch this.
I'm
Ready?
assuming I
You got to
can.
find
I
something
Big one.
hotter than that.
Wait a minute. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
Wow.
Wow.
It's good. I like hot stuff, though, so it's not
Oh, I
going to kill
don't.
me. It's just going to be...
We need to get something different that he
It'll
doesn't
continue, though.
Told
If
you.
he does it once, then he takes one shot. And then when he
Oh.
does it again, he has to take
Oh,
two
yeah,
shots.
it will get worse. There's an effect that kind of
like. Let's get the holy grail of hot
Builds
sauce.
over
He's like,
time.
"Whoa."
Let's get him
it's
sriracha.
the vinegar and pickleness
The
that really
color of
gets you.
your face is changing.
I'm puckering. It's 8:58 here as we get ready to wrap it up. So anyway, Thursday trivia tomorrow, Friday funnies on Friday. Tomorrow we're at Vino. Friday we're back here tomorrow morning. You guys will see us tomorrow morning. And I think we had our winner already announced.
Robin Hughes.
So that's done. We're out the door. Until tomorrow.
Oh, we're not going to do
Away
it.
with it.
We're not going to do the office joke.
Jesus.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Oh, God, no.
Nice going, Josh.
We were so
You
close.
had to say something.
Nice going, Josh.
Oh, no. Do you see him? We're not going to do the office. Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no, we are.
Oh,
Trust
hell's
me.
bells, we're doing it.
So how does it feel to be a minority? Because, people love this.
Yeah.
Who's these people you speak of?
Jackasses. They're just,
Who
you
are
don't
these
count.
people you speak of?
The listeners.
I want you to
people,
find the funny one, though.
Yeah.
That's literally just
Dude,
funny.
15 years I've
This
been waiting for that
is
one.
every man. These are jokes. Every man should know this particular book. I have several
Okay.
different books.
Heard-
This is one. This
Where'd
is
you get that book from?
This is called the Old Guy's Bonus Joke. Okay,
All
is what
right.
they've got it labeled.
All right.
So every Saturday night, 2 old
You don't
couples.
get music now?
You
I
want
like the music more than the joke.
Oh, for God's sake! All right, the Old Guy's Bonus Joke is every Saturday night. These 2 old couples go out to dinner. The men sit in the front of the car, and the women sit in the back seat, as you've often seen guys do when they're traveling around
Sure.
with couples. So Mort says to Harry, he says, "Where should we go tonight, Harry?" Harry says, "How about that place we went about a month ago? The Italian place, the one with the great lasagna." And Mort says, "I don't remember that." Harry says, "The place with the veal." Mort says, "I don't remember that. What's the name of the place?" And Harry can't remember it either. He says, "It's a flower. Give me a flower. Give me a flower." Mort says, "Tulip." Guy goes, No. Different flower. Magnolia? No. Like a real basic flower. Rose? That's it. Harry turns it back and he says, "Rose, what was the name of that restaurant?"
Nice.
That one was actually pretty funny. Good work.
It's from our best of file. We've told that one on the air before, but Josh obviously wasn't a listener. All right, we're at the door. It's straight up 9 o'clock, so we're
We did
late.
really good today.
We went long today, and we did good, yeah. Let's get the hell out of here, though, so that we can do some other things
See ya.
and go drinking.
Bye.
It's time to say goodbye. We'll be back with the Thursday Trivia, Impossible Trivia Morning Show tomorrow morning. Thank you, Skippy, for coming by
Thanks,
today.
Skippy.
Yeah, not a
See you
problem.
on
Glad to be
Friday.
back.
And thank you to our producer, Josh Sharrow, and to everybody else that supports us, including WDTactical.com and TCTmusic.com and Blue Thumb Digital. Till tomorrow, remember, pray,
Work.
spend,
Love.
and support our troops.
troops.
Bye-bye.